All right, yeah, we're good.
Ready? Here we go.
I'm excited because I don't know what people's playing here.
You suck. Cougar sucks. His team doesn't, though. Just Cougar. Cougar sucks. Pop-Up King. You suck.
Welcome to the KVKL podcast, week 5, heading into week 6. Thank you to the Jazz House, 926 and a half Massachusetts, for hosting. Rick, as always. And thank you to our sponsor, Hookah House, the hookah lounge that you love. Big round of applause for Hookah House. They've sponsored a bunch this year.
Yeah.
They're paying for my daughter's education right now. They have a kickball special. They are located at 716 and a half Massachusetts. If you mention kickball, you'll get a complimentary rosewater lemonade with your order of hookah. Proudly serving Lawrence since 2006. Over 50 flavors available. You must be 21 plus, but it's BYOB. So if you're sitting on your porch drinking, you might as well go there and socialize. Pandemic is winding down. Let's get some more people in public and support our local businesses. It is a comfortable and safe place for all. Like them on Facebook at Lawrence Hookah House for daily specials. Follow them on Instagram at Hookah House Lawrence. So to my left we have Boston Sean.
How's it going, Ben?
To his left we have Summer Stacy.
Hey.
To her left we have Jason Cougarcorn Wong.
So for those who have kids, Father's Day and all that, if your kids are being stupid and disobedient, just send them to an Asian household. That'll sum that straight. That'll work.
And our extra special guest, because I am emceeing, I get to put the czar to the side and call you Seth Supersport Sanchez.
I've been to Jazz House twice this week. Came out on Saturday to watch Rick's band, and now I'm
Yeah.
here for the podcast. And I'm just so happy that I'm back.
How was that show? By the way? I didn't get
It was the
make
best.
Yeah.
First concert in 2 years. so
Anytime I
long.
see Rick in the center of a picture holding a saxophone, it just makes me smile. All right, so anyway, I think we can probably just jump right into games here since we got a lot to cover. We will release the Week 6 schedule at some point. Game number 1.
Just week 6, yeah.
Just week 6.
Just Week 6, yeah. We're still working on the rest of them.
Don't get ahead of yourselves.
Yeah. Leave Stacy alone so she can finish.
Yep.
So, YSC 1, 5 o'clock. The Porn Spatula's BDSM'd Hookah House. Again, our sponsor, 24-2.
Ouch.
Anybody got any comments on this one?
I think out of that, weren't there some big implications for pool play? Because I do believe Thomas got injured, right?
Yeah, well, I guess it depends on the severity of Thomas's injury. Marisa, did you ref this game? Yeah.
Here's
What happened?
Marisa from King Assets.
Well, I was reffing first, and so I didn't actually see what happened in front of it. But I know that whenever he jumped to get the ball, it was just all of a sudden he just went tumbling down. And I don't know if it was his knee or his quad, but just looked really painful. The game was stopped for a while.
Thomas is in the house. Thomas, we love you. I hope it's not serious.
Yeah, for sure.
Not everybody is Gumby like Rob Z.
Yeah. And so just watching the game, it looked like Hookah House was really frazzled the entire time because they just kept, throughout like one inning, they just kept moving people around, just moving this guy over here, this girl over here, this guy here, and it was just like, they have this really tall guy. I don't know his name, but he was playing shortstop and was catching everything over there. He's like, 6'5" or something. And it was good, and they had someone over in right field, and apparently the captain didn't like that, so then he moved the tall guy over to right field and the girl over to shortstop, and the ball goes right to shortstop, and there's, it's right over her head. That's something that he would have got. But it just seemed like they were just kind of, I don't know if they were missing players or what, but...
Still trying to figure out the defense.
Yeah,
anyway.
trying to figure out where to put everybody. And they were throwing the ball around a lot, too, like chasing people with the ball.
Well, stay right there because the next game was YSC 1, 7 o'clock. Drop Stoppers plugged up kicking assets, 18-14.
Yeah, that was fun. I asked my team if there was anything they wanted me to say specifically, but they just really had fun, and it was a good motivator going into the rink play that we were actually really close. I think at one point it was 10-12. So
Well, if I know Cougar doesn't like the transitive property, but you guys are 5 runs off from Shirt Factory. That's the way I see it.
Stop.
Also, Aaron is fast. Colton's great. And this was a little closer than I guess I thought it was going to be. So kudos to Kicking Assets for putting 14 up. Also, Rashad, you didn't count 2 runs in the top of the 9th. So originally the score posted as 18-12, but that was incorrect. Next up, we had YSC2 at 5 o'clock. Shirt Factory buttoned up Empire, 16 zip. And
None of us called a shutout because we
No.
didn't do the shutouts.
yeah,
Oh,
I think we got burned on Shirt Factory not showing as well in earlier games, and so we might have forgot that there's a world of difference between Shirt Factory and Empire still. Aaron?
The lovely Lauren Legali and I were head ref and book for this game, and I will say that for as long as Shirt Factory has been playing kickball, there are still some rules that they need refreshments on.
Do tell.
Some of them I was quite surprised by.
Which in particular?
Where a ball is called foul.
Oh, is this the
Is this what bred the discussion?
is this the one where the ball
No.
popped up and hit somebody when they were in foul territory? Or?
The ball hit the white line, and I had to go out and be like, stomp my foot in the dirt and be like, this is foul, this is fair, and like explain it. And then later on, I believe we had it hit someone, and they go, how come that isn't fair? I'm like, because it's foul, lines, infinite, white. So, and then there's another rule we stopped to look up, and I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it had something to do with scratching a injured player. But these rules aren't new.
They're on the clipboard.
And for a team that's been
Well, the
around
teams
a
go
long
through transition there,
time.
Aaron.
Yeah,
There's
long
a lot of new
time,
players.
long
There's actually new players coming in. So
I don't know.
that's just transition.
And the score may not
And maybe
reflect it,
they
but
shouldn't
Empire
be
put
reffing.
together some really great plays. They're definitely getting their yips out. They're doing a lot better than they like. This game would have been 50-0 a year ago. So
Yeah.
it was a good game.
Right. All right. Next up, we had a YSC2 7 o'clock. Johnny's Oshkosh Bagosh Poshwash.
Scored 2 at the top of the night.
Yeah.
Bottom of the night.
Bottom of the night.
Oh, just barely dodging the shutout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were not going to let it happen twice in 1 year.
So I guess we could just say that Poshwash burned Johnny's.
Yeah, because we scored 2 on them. Woo, we got you. I have to give a shout out to my team for letting me play left field. We were playing with exactly 10. We picked up a last minute player,
Ringer, exactly.
I
mean,
sadly
maybe.
was not fast enough to catch anything in left field, but nothing went behind me. So
Absolutely
that's a win.
nothing went
That's
behind
awesome.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting having you guys in the 5s.
Yeah,
Yeah, fucking weird. That's right.
It's really weird, but
All
I
right.
think it's going to be fun.
YSC3 5 o'clock Jazz House Rickrolled the Ghosts 12-5. So I rep this game. It was 7-5 Jazz House in the bottom of the 8th, and the Ghosts loaded the bases.
Yeah.
And then, God, I can't remember who it was, kicked a screaming line drive at first, and Lee, playing first for Jazz House, just reached up into the sky, better ups than any white man I've seen in a long time, and grabbed it to end the inning. But this could have been a lot closer than it was. But I don't know, kudos to Ghosts for making it that close. It was probably their best showing to date.
Yeah. Best of the year for sure.
So that means, real quick, that Jazz House, not a single game on their wins, a double-digit margin victory? Not a single one. It's been a double-digit margin victory.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
So
but-
as a team that basically was the surprise one with all these kids who are athletic, they got 2 wins in the ones, basically best season ever. They go to grand 2 years later. It's like, really?
Well,
Yeah.
they had
I
some
think they
turnover.
have,
I
yeah.
expect some
That's-
things out of
yeah.
them in rank play, but it is kind of like a, I see them and like Young Spine as the same kind of thing. They have the offensive talent.
Young Spawn's got a
They,
different
well, no.
story.
It's just degrees of difference. It's a similar problem. It's just a different level of athlete.
I'm just
I
curious
think
about Jazz
they
House
picked up
because
a lot of new people too this year. I think they had a little bit of turnover in the last 2 years. So
I'm not
Yeah.
going to throw any teammates under the bus, but I will say that the lower part of the order has really had trouble getting on base. And they finally stepped up in this last game, and that made a huge difference. if you look at the score sheets going back to every game we played, we've been stranding base runners like maniacs. I mean, in that game against, who was it? Honey Badgers, we stranded 15 base runners, and so, and not to talk about muddy waters because you're going to talk about them a lot, but those guys load the bases all the time.
Right.
And then they get them in. We were loading the bases a lot and then getting stuck. And so, but
Yeah, lineup's important. Just figuring out, where to put those people so that you can drive all of those runs in.
But my girls are getting there. They're totally getting there.
Yeah,
and
I
had
thought
their
they
best
did pretty
game of the
well.
year. Yeah.
All right. Next up, we had YSC 3 at 7 o'clock. Red Lion roared Reading Rockets 16-3. So I played in this one. We did not play hat ball.
What?
We did play 6 and 4, and my dad, who's 72 years old, kicked and fielded 3 times.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
I love that.
And he didn't totally embarrass himself.
Cougar, is that the oldest player in KBKL history?
It's gotta be.
Gotta be. Yeah.
That was
That's
yeah,
a record. Put it in the books.
There was a lady that played.
I'll beat it someday.
There was a lady that played last year or the year before that was in her 70s. I don't know if it's a record or not, but I
That's
was really proud of him.
incredible.
So
Yeah.
happy Father's Day.
That's awesome.
And he bonus, he split with me, which kept me off the field and out of the lineup for a few innings. But we played random positions for the last few innings, and I got to pitch and fouled out the last batter for the game.
Wow.
So
are you bringing a 30?
What kind of
your team
tacky
next
substances were on your hands? Do we need to check you for that?
just moist crotch. That's it.
Oh my God.
A
And
KBKL
you
classic.
Right.
Week? You totally owe your team a 30-pack too.
For fouling out the
yeah,
other
it's
player?
the
No,
rule.
the other.
No,
player.
I was
Oh,
pitching.
You fouled out.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah,
He
yeah.
fouled him out.
He
yeah.
was putting the
Oh, I
spin
thought
on it to
you
win.
Fouled out.
Yeah, so now I have an argument for all the future games. Put me in, coach.
Yeah.
We need
Think
Vaughn
you
to
found
take
a
more
new
weeks
home?
off. Yeah.
At pitcher, that you can kind of take it
They
off.
owe
Right.
you a 30-pack. That's yeah.
YSC 4 at 5 o'clock. We had Tree Care put a ball gag on the Streamers, 23-3.
Finally a big win by
Not a
KQC.
shutout.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah,
That's their
Screamers-
biggest margin of victory this year, right?
Screamers had to use the injury play act in this one. Generously interpreted because I'm pretty sure Aaron Garger, who did a great job at Game of the Week with Sean, by the way,
Fantastic.
walked up to kick with her boot on. But not a huge surprise here. I think we talked initially about maybe Tree Care would shut him out, but this just seems tough. Screamers is a decent team. Aaron?
Chelsea and David don't want to say it, but I'm pretty confident they picked up. David wasn't there. I'm pretty confident they picked up 3 random people off the street to play the game to make sure they didn't
Yeah,
forfeit.
one from the crowd for sure.
Did they sign a waiver, Chelsea? They better have.
They didn't get hurt.
I did have my dad sign a waiver.
Thank God. Yeah, that's really important.
Yeah, that seemed important.
Yeah, totally.
All right, YSC 4 at 7 o'clock. Post House exterminated Brutang 20-4. I had originally had this as Post House gassed Brutang, but I thought maybe that was a little
Yeah.
short. No shutout.
Yeah.
No shutout.
Honestly,
and
so
it's
that was
only 20, so
Yeah.
I thought that was
yeah.
I
That was
thought it
that
would
was-
inch closer
good
to
on
30.
Brutang.
Yeah, so speaking of gassed, I think Post House might have taken their foot off the gas here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't looked at the score sheet.
Finally, they didn't do that against us. They were bunting in the 9th inning up 20, so yeah, I don't know about that.
All right, next up at YSC 5 at 5 o'clock, we had Corksuckers Blue Young Spine 16-3.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I rep this game. First person I got to talk about is Corksucker's third baseman, Ben. That guy is a top 5 third baseman in the league. He could play for anybody. He can throw anybody out. He throws underhand sometimes, which
Submarine?
I don't know, like
No,
fully
softball
underhand, like softball
underhand.
pitch underhand. He's coming across the
It's
diamond and
wild.
just whips it.
Like a
I'd-
fast pitch. Like,
Yeah, like a fast pitch softball. It's really cool to watch. And then I got to give Young Spine a couple of shout outs too. Their center fielder, Chris, started out real rough, like dropping the easiest pop flies. And by the end of the game, he was making sliding catches in the gap. Like he caught 2 deflected balls in center field, like picked them off the grass. So they have talent. I know Cougar is going to rail on their defense for a while, but I think they'll have an all right time in ranked play.
They
And,
do. And they have
oh, yeah.
offense. They really, it seems more like a defensive
Yeah,
problem to
and
me.
Aaron's coaching
situational
them up.
kicking.
It's just a learning curve thing
yeah,
for
it's a
them.
matter of figuring out where everybody should actually be playing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Aaron, if you're out there, I feel bad, but yeah, just hang in there. Just hang in there. Hang in there.
All right, next up we had YSC 5 at 7 o'clock. Free State took home loans to John Browntown, 15-2.
Okay, so very glad that Home Loans scored last game because their leadoff kicker hit a home run on us. So if they hadn't scored, it would have been an amazing way to break their shutout streak. And then for good measure, he came up later and hit another home run. So
Nice.
they scored 2 runs, and it was just all
Very
him.
nice.
Yeah.
Is this a recent pickup for them? Or
No, I
has
think
he
he's
been
their
there the whole
captain.
time?
I think his name is Gage.
Okay,
we
yeah,
ref together.
that's the
Yeah.
captain.
Angela's stepbrother.
Yeah. So he's a talented dude. He plays catcher.
Love Gage's son.
They turned a triple play on us in the ninth
Ooh.
inning or 8th inning. So yeah, they're doing well.
Hey,
And
Home Loans, just stick it out. Like, we were number 32 of 32, and now we're in the ones. So you guys can do it. Don't give up.
You've turned the corner. You're on
Yeah,
the fun
so
part of the season.
Keep it up, Home Loans.
Not just that, but they avoided like the ignominious distinction of scoring fewer runs than anybody ever in division play. And I'm pretty sure it was like 3 by Leafy Greens a few years ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
So-
I think that's,
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
And also, I just want to say, when you get up by 10 runs in like the 6th inning or 7th inning in a game that you're not going to lose, just don't bunt anymore.
Right.
Just don't bunt. It made it so much more fun. We got out of there faster. People were trying to kick home runs. Like, it, yeah, being on the other end of something like that.
Yeah. More than that, let everybody play random positions that they never get to play and fuck
I agree
around.
with you.
Leslie bunted for our team when we were up 10, and she got all the booze.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This happened with
I
me.
yell
Like,
at my boys.
Yeah.
No.
yeah, don't bunt. I chewed out one of my teammates when they played. Now it's our bar, Jayhawk CrossFit, out by 15, and he bunted. And I screamed from third base to him all across the time. He's like, "Why did you bunt?" and so forth. So everyone to hear, so everyone beforehand, do not bunt. And I screamed at him right in front of everyone, embarrassed him. I told everyone not to bunt, right there in the dugout. He bunted.
You screamed at somebody?
Yeah,
No way.
yeah, I know.
Color me shocked,
I know.
Cougar.
And we'll get to that a little bit later. Me screaming. So
Is this before or after the Wednesday email?
after.
The email's more like a growl.
Yeah.
You wrote an email to your team?
What's that?
You wrote an email to your team?
I do it every week to remind them.
He
what
does.
that week
The
is.
worst part.
Seriously?
I've heard from inside sources. He
I-
puts
I-
a
I
read
emailed them like,
receipt
hey,
on
be
it
at
so
the
that he can
field
yell even
at this
louder at the
time.
people who didn't read it.
No. I write
that's
an email.
Cougar.
What?
I heard about your red receipt.
Stop it.
So
write
whoever
emails
doesn't
to my
read the
team, make
email
sure,
gets
hey,
it even worse
next-
on Sundays.
Stop it. I email them. Next game is this, but that's the email. The gist of it.
I heard that you were like questioning people's manhood and womanhood and all sorts of stuff. It's like,
You mark every email as urgent because people stop reading your emails.
Pretty much.
yeah, and you make sure you put the read receipts on them.
Yeah, it's all there.
All right, next up, YSC 6 at 5 o'clock. JDE creamed Woost, 15-2. Cougar and I were on the money on this one. We picked JDE minus 10, and they
Yeah, we
covered.
did.
Oh yeah.
I watched part of this game here, and you could tell that JDE was clearly a better team over Woost. I saw Woost make some pretty rudimentary mistakes out there, and I thought Woost had pretty much play a perfect game to have a real shot against JDE, and it was far from it. But it's just no surprise there. JDE just head and shoulders better team than Woost. And like I said, Woost, I know Liberty Hall is better. We'll talk about that later. But the fact that they go to extra innings the week before to beat Liberty Hall is kind of like, I'm not sure if they're having rank play for them in the threes.
I just want to read JDE's runs against in their first 5 games of the season.
Yeah.
2-0-0-3-2.
We were one
That's
of those
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it wasn't that.
Wait.
That they're
What was
that.
the-
like,
what was
they
the score of the
clamped
Johnny's
down
game?
on
Wasn't it
defense
5 to
every
3?
Johnny's beat them. Oh, I'm sorry. 2-0-0-5-2.
Only
Johnny's put up
5.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is really, it's not totally surprising because they were the turnaround in Division 6. So it should have been the 1 and 2 that were closest to each other.
Yeah.
And then the 2 and 3 should have been furthest away from each other. And I think this is just indicative of that.
It feels like
Yeah.
Moving on, YSC 6 at 7 o'clock. Love Garden pump and dumped bunt and grind, 21-2.
I just have to ask, as a longtime listener, do you write these beforehand?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So
he
the
does.
one time when we did the Birthday Bros podcast,
Yeah.
and I just plowed through them, or no, it was the one where the recording got fucked up, and I had to do a recap. Those I just did on the fly, but otherwise, yeah, I do.
Man.
This is how I spend my lunch break on Tuesdays.
Silent, or like quietly giggling to yourself.
Quietly, yeah. People are pulling up next to me in the Taco Bell parking lot wondering why I'm laughing maniacally. Anybody see this game?
No surprise.
No surprise. All right, let's move on.
I actually did catch Love Garden, and I want to say they put up 8 runs without putting any kicks out of the infield. And
so
by
it's
that
just
time, we
methodical.
just left. Yeah, it was a Love Garden beatdown.
Just grounded him to death.
Yeah, just make plays, and they just couldn't make every play they needed to play.
Yeah. Well, we've given Love Garden a lot of love on the recap since Jake has been sending me notes, but he didn't this week, so we'll skip over it. YSC 7 at 5 o'clock. Harpies, Bird Person to R-Bar, 24-11.
You got 11 runs, Stacy?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm ordering a drink.
She's ordering a drink. Speaking of which, I think Grant was wasted for this
Oh
game.
my God, he was so drunk. But
And
that's
third-
not even like that's
Third base
not
is an important position, so maybe that's why they got 11 runs.
No. That's not even like he had a few errors, yes, that he should not have had. But Arbar,
Putting it together?
Arbar's putting it together. They've
Yes.
looked really good the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
2
two-
weeks.
two
No.
wins, two wins,
Especially
yeah.
playing much higher level teams,
yeah. I mean,
and it's
okay,
not
we bunted
obscene.
the entire fucking game because we were getting they were matching us every inning until like what, the 5th inning maybe, Clay? 7? Like, see, yeah. I was about to vomit the whole time because of the goddamn heat, but it was a really good game. I mean, we were scared. We were like, what the fuck? We kind of shit the bed every year against like a team that we think we're going to come out and have fun with. And this was our game that we almost shit the bed. And
And that was with scoring, 6 or 7 in the 7th?
That's
it
what-
was close.
yeah,
That's what
so,
KBKL
I know,
is all about,
It was way
shitting
too
the
close
bed.
for way too long.
Yeah.
What I heard from Stacy was that Grant Pukin rallied in the 7th inning. And then
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it was the shade. When the clouds rolled in, we like totally became a different team. And,
I will say
yeah.
I saw him in the On the Rocks parking lot at 4 o'clock. It was on.
It was on.
Clay is here to like. Your team was just. You guys did great.
We did. We've established ourselves as plucky. You know, I know that there are some members of this esteemed panel who said that we were going to be the worst team in the league this year.
What?
I'm looking at you. So
true.
that's not nice. But
Nope.
here we are. We are not the worst team in
Not
the
the
league.
worst in the division there, Clay. Get it right. Check the tape. Check the tape. Check the tape,
Fair
Clay.
enough. But
No.
He was still wrong. He was still wrong.
I was wrong, but don't
Exactly.
get it twisted there, Clay.
Yeah.
No.
We're playing really hard, and we did have some benefits. Like so yeah, Grant was drunk. Somebody ate a burrito that they weren't supposed to. Like because our bar and patio has the finest wings in Lawrence, Kansas. You know, a team that has like as their mascot something with wings is gonna be like a little freaked out. You know what I mean? So. Makes sense, but we're awesome. We're doing well. We're very excited.
Well, we're going to get there, but you guys jumped all the way to the fours.
To the 4s.
Yeah.
Great
Nice.
accomplishment.
That's a huge
That's a
jump.
big
Also,
leap.
you said plucky, but since Chalmers is not in the league anymore, the most fuckable moniker is open.
Yeah.
So somebody needs to
my
reach out and grab that.
Oh my God.
Or I'll talk to the team. Yeah.
I think they're all married.
Well,
No, not every. No, they're not. No, definitely
what does one
not.
thing have to do with the other? All right, next up, YSC 7 at 7 o'clock. Muddy Waters went Wolverine Berserker style on Honey Badgers, 16-5. Cougar was all over this one.
Cougar, what do you got to say?
Me and Ben were right. We said about. Oh no, Ben, you were wrong.
No,
You
I
called-
was
you
the
Honey
lone
Badger. What
holdout.
are you talking about?
Well, I picked everybody else. This is the point of the podcast where you said that I was fucking insane because
You're
everybody else picked Muddy
crazy.
Waters, so I went with
Yeah,
Honey
you're crazy.
Badgers.
Yeah. I said Muddy Waters by 10, and like, I of course I got a gesture there from Kenny from Honey Badgers, but neither. No, it's just like Honey Badgers is a good team there, but it's like, look, it's Muddy Waters there, but Honey Badgers like you got ways to go, so it's just.
Well,
it's
yeah,
not
this
surprising.
is just Muddy putting an exclamation point on their
course.
run-through division.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought it would be closer, but I mean, it's
I
not
didn't.
surprising.
No.
But I was hoping it would be closer.
Yeah, I think it was right about on par, like 10, 11. It wouldn't have surprised me if it were closer or further away because
Yeah.
both teams are just so good at specific things that they do that they offset each other and it was going to be 1 or 2 innings that just broke it open for either way.
All right, next up, YSC 8 at 5 o'clock. I have to use this every time because I love it. Soda Jerks off Louise, 8 to 7.
On a walk-off. Derek, what the hell? Get on the mic first. Here's Derek Davis from Soda Jerks.
First of all,
Damn, his name totally fits. Soda Jerk, Derek. No.
I have the mic.
Is that S on your shirt for such a dick?
No, this on my home world means hope. No, big shout out to Louise's. They played really great. And it's gonna sound like a jerk thing to say.
Oh, here we go.
This was arguably probably this particular season our worst defensive game we've had. We played Honey Badgers and Muddy, even though Muddy Waters beat us 25-3. Defensively, we didn't make as many errors. We dropped balls in the my best outfielder drop balls, misplays. The 5 o'clock heat was definitely a contributing factor. That being said, I think Louise is here. They're gonna do pretty good in the 5s, the 6s. Sixes. I think they're gonna do pretty good. They're running it. That being said, shout out to Sarah Gia with the walk-off kick.
Nice.
She placed it exactly where it needed to be, and we got the winning run. It was a pretty good time. So
Word.
Very nice.
And I love you, Derek, and thanks for joining us last week.
you're welcome.
And but I do love it when our crowd heckles the people on the floor mic. Boo.
I also love
Yeah.
it when those lower teams make those upper teams work. So
Yeah.
Here's Sean Donnelly.
Okay, let's not call Soda Jerks an upper team. Hold on.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, from Luis's. I mean, they're
Wow.
brand new. They're brand new. They're brand new. They're brand new.
I still say upper.
We'll talk about some stuff first. First of all, their guy
Learn how
Logan,
to spell.
mountain of a man, giant of a man, put my poor buddy Elliot straight in the dirt. Straight in the dirt, first play at third base, and the refs begrudgingly said it was a fair play, even though he lowered his shoulder. But that being said, later on I argued a technicality on the rule, and I got it, and I was the asshole.
I don't remember what that was. What happened? Tell me what happened.
Their pitcher, who was their first game, shout out to her. She did crazy good. She gave 110% effort. She dove for catches, made plays. That being said, it was a great kick. She made it to first, and she ran, trying to go to second. We caught her in a pickle, and she did the splits back on the first base, but she overran it and was only on the red bag. And I tagged her. And then Brandon McKeever, in his infinite wisdom, was going to call her safe, and then I threw a big bitch fit. And I said, no, it should be an out. And
But you were right.
I was right.
So it's not a bitch fit.
I mean, it's still a bitch fit, but he was just a correct bitch fit.
Yeah.
All right, time
Here's
out.
Sean from Louise's.
I have a
boy.
question. Why the fuck did you guys schedule games on fucking Father's Day?
Because
None of
we
our
have-
girls showed up.
I'm a father.
That
I
doesn't
was
sound
there.
right.
I didn't know
Always
this.
schedule
I made
Father's Day.
I brought my dad to the
always
game. What the
schedule
fuck are you
Father's
guys
Day.
doing?
We've got an
always
age
schedule
record.
Father's Day.
I'm a dad. There were
And we
lots of
have-
dads in the league.
not
We
a
there.
have
dad.
Memorial Day. We
But
have
we made
Father's
it.
Day. We have
Fourth
4th
of
of
July.
July.
Yeah.
I mean, we would be playing all year. If
Yeah,
we,
you want Father's Day off or 4th of July off?
Exactly.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, there's a thing on the 4th now. We're busy. We're fucking busy. All right.
Yeah.
Cougar, you're coming down.
Oh.
Do I quiver with fear.
I would say I would love it if Mother's Day actually fell on a week that we played. I know. That would be like my favorite thing ever.
I'm gonna remember you said that next year when we're deciding what
Yeah.
the schedule is.
Well,
You
if you
start
want
early
to
on
start that
Mother's Day.
early, but the ref clinic is always on Mother's Day, and my boys join me. So,
Yeah.
bring your dads out.
Yeah.
Nobody says they have to sit at home. Bring your dad out and put him on the field.
Next up, YSC 8 at 7 o'clock. Red Legs blackballed Sacred Sword, 22-9. Sacred Sword putting up some runs on Red Legs. Not bad at all.
I saw an inning of this, and Red Legs kicked well.
Yeah.
But what else is new? So
I think the whole Red Legs thing is going to be really interesting when we get to rank play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Adam Mitchell come flying in at home, and I think he made the catcher like eat dirt, or like dirt flew in his eyes. I mean, it was a big like hullabaloo at home base when like literally he flew in. So I don't know what happened, but it was, I just got a chance to look over it, So I don't know what happened there, but hopefully the catcher
way to
was
fuck
okay.
him up, Adam. I can't wait to come play your little hockey game. Next up, Hobbs, 7 o'clock. D-Holes Bickle-Tickled Asteroid Head, 15-9.
So I repped this game, and it was actually close very beginning. Each the teams traded 3 runs between Asteroid Head and D-Holes. D-Holes didn't really pull away until maybe 6th inning. Some pretty bad errors there by D-Holes that allowed Asteroid Head to get some more runs coming in. Here's a Pat Walker. Love Pat. He's a catcher. Of course, he is a former soccer player. He tries to do the kickouts. Most of those did not go well. They would go awry, and one went way over the head of first baseman. There were like more runners coming in. So, just to let you know, even though like someone like Pat who's really good with his feet and kicking it, those kickouts do not work well, even if you're a former soccer player like Pat.
He was inspired by the Ladybird catcher at Game of the Week the week
Yeah.
before with maybe the greatest kick out in a clutch situation
That
I've
was
ever
And
seen.
he's
Very
young
nice.
and a really good soccer player. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
but Pat's a former soccer player. And guess what? It didn't work out well, so I gotta let you know that it is such a crapshoot, those kickouts at catcher. So be careful.
Like
Well, but you don't see it often.
Right.
Right.
Well, he did it like
But
5
you know what's
times.
crazy
He
is
touched
the
it 5
last
times.
4 that I've seen have
Yeah.
all been outs.
Right. But
That's where if you're the right fielder and you know Pat's catching and you
Yeah.
see him winding
get
up,
your ass
you
Yeah,
better be
ass
busting
better
it.
be
over
backing
there.
up
Yeah.
first base.
Yeah.
you need to know your player.
I think you just have to be judicious about it if you're going to try to do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Although, this is actually closer than I think all of us would have predicted. 15-9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Oh,
close.
definitely.
yeah.
I also heard that it was there was a lot of Lady D-Holes in this one coming through. I think Hammond kicked 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Megan Hammond kicked 1,000.
She was fantastic.
Yep.
My fellow, Blue Valley North, class 2000 Mustang.
You're
she was
only
fantastic.
as good as your ladies.
Just
like if you
gapping
like,
it.
Absolutely. She was fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Girl Clinic coming up.
Yeah,
July
kickball 4.
July
10th.
10th?
10th.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Kickball
could
for
still
all.
use some volunteers for that Kickball for All clinic if anybody's interested.
I'm going to
Yeah.
try and be there.
Yeah.
I'm the boss, so I just requested off and confirmed
Nice.
it. So I'll be
I know
there.
Eddie's going to be there.
You requested off and approved it.
Just now. Done.
Well, yeah. Am I crazy, or do the D-Holes and Asteroid have like closer games than you would expect frequently? Like, didn't
They
they
have,
beat them by
yeah.
like 1 run last time around or something like that?
I think it was
Yeah, and I'm about 1 run.
One or
But
two.
you're right. I think you're right. I've had closer games like in the past. Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems that way. Yeah.
All
I
right.
feel like Asteroid Head, like they they're like a middle of the road team, but they can really like throw
They-
up those runs.
They play to their opponent's level
Yes.
every game,
Yeah, but then-
every
but-
single game.
but
They
that- but
they
that-
play a 1, they're going to
Yeah,
play
that's
on
right,
their
Chelsea.
level.
Yeah.
But on the same token,
They'll
when they
squeeze the
play a
food.
5 or 6, they're
They'll
going to
squeeze the
play
food,
a 5 or 6.
What makes me
right,
feel
right.
like they should be in the running for most fun trophy every year.
Most fun.
Yeah. Yeah,
mean,
because
I don't
really
know
care.
about
Just
fun.
we're playing
Look
the
at
game.
who has
Oh,
arrived.
Hey, what's up?
Alex
Alex
Salmon.
Hammond from D-Holes.
I assume you started talking about my team and I just showed up.
We
Hey,
did.
yeah.
We were talking about how your
His ears
wonderful
were
wife
burning.
batted 1,000.
Were
Yeah.
your ears burning, or do your testicles?
I
burning?
literally just showed up. I just got done with disc golf.
Alex, we don't want you. We want. Where's Megan?
She's on call, so you got me, unfortunately.
Sorry, I'm just kidding.
Well, you better
Alex,
get
we
her on
love
the
you
phone
too.
because she's who we want to talk to batting 1,000.
I know, right? Yeah, she lit up Asteroid
tearing it
Head.
up.
She was great. She was great.
Yeah,
Oh,
her, Ari, both of them were on damn near the entire
Oh,
game.
yeah.
They were.
Amber was on. She finally scored. I think that was the first time we got her around this year, outside of Hookah House.
Well, I don't feel like that's Amber's fault.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just saying.
yeah.
Better
She
talk
gets up
to the
there.
boss
There's
back
2
in
outs a
the
lot of times. Brian Iron Whiteman actually cracked this thing open for us. I don't know if you can tell that from the score sheets or not, but he borrowed energy from all 42 of his children and booted the living shit out of the ball to right field, probably 50 feet beyond Peyton out there. And unfortunately, he only got a triple out of it, but it was bases clearing triple. We had bases loaded at the time. So.
He's a little old and has some, bad knees. So.
Yeah, yeah. He got triple out of it though. He legged it out. Yeah, everybody played well. Asteroid Head played really, really good. They had good defense. We we played a soft defense in the outfield just to make sure that their legs didn't get over. They only had one real big shot that Amber had in her hands, and she was just falling backwards and dropped it. But
My only question is, did Brian sign a waiver?
Brian did sign a waiver, as far as I'm aware.
Week?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Before he played, we got on him before he played.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before he played. But yeah.
Hey, man.
It was a good game.
31 teams.
And like we told Cougar last week, we don't need to. I don't want to say we don't need to play hard. It's just we don't need to drop 30 or 40 runs on people.
No,
we
don't.
We've got injuries we're working through. We've got people that are out right now.
Yeah, you've never really been that kind of fuck you team.
Yeah, except for like a few years ago when we had Big Red on the team, then we were a fuck you team. Yeah, boo Big Red. Fuck that dude.
I'm not nostalgic for Big Red.
No, and anybody who is, fuck you too.
All right, well, don't go anywhere, Alex, because I want a prediction from you for rank play. I mean, don't go anywhere generally. We're going to finish out this stuff. Hobbs Park, Game of the Week. Late fees, breeze by Mahomes, 16-3. Thus concluding a bunch of ass kickings at Game of the Week for the first 5 weeks. So immediately after this game, I heard Cougar took his team to the woodshed and gave them motivational speech, I guess.
Yes, it was some sort of speech. If you guys want to know how the speech went, or something how it went.
Yeah, I think somebody recorded it. You want to play that back for us?
Yeah, someone came and recorded.
Yeah.
So I had a post-game speech with my team after the loss. Here's basically how it went.
Hard work, so many. Sacrificed by the disrespect of few. Moxley, you sacrificed the honor of this football team and the town that supports it. Shit, you poisoned my team, son. Hope last night was fun. Hope it was fun. Was it fun? Was it fun?
I could totally picture Cougar doing that.
You think you don't have to listen to me? Your daddy was a no-talent pussy, but at least he listened. Oh, Billy Bob cry, baby. Season. How's it feel? Huh? Cry me a river, you fat fucking baby.
All right, Cougar, I think that's good.
So for those that don't know, this is the Varsity Blues Coach Bud Kilmer making Billy Bob cry in the locker room.
So can we assume that was Cougar yelling at Hobber?
Yeah, and then Hobber's next week going to throw a kickball to try to knock a can off of Cougar's head. Nope.
I wasn't yelling at Hobber. In all seriousness, I did not yell at my team so far. The whole time there, I just know
was
that
relatively quiet.
Here's the thing. I knew it was our night. Our team did not play well. Their team did play well. And honestly, it's like even though I was yelling something like at the middle of the inning, I was like, it's just not our night. I was just like, I just resigned to it. So it sucks, but yeah.
I will say one thing, and it ate my ass for 14 days up until today. And before our game
was
last
it a gerbil?
Limmy Winks, it was not. Cougar, before our game, told me that he was not even worried about us, and he was looking forward to Game of the Week.
You know why? Because
I
thought we were going to lose to you guys.
Did you?
That's why.
But did you?
Did you?
Shockingly, we didn't lose.
Again, proving Cougar's prowess as a prognosticator.
For a team named after Patrick Mahomes, you guys were not ready for primetime, man. That was weak.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Woo! They basically got Tampa Bay'd.
They definitely got Tampa Bay. That's true.
Oh,
They
too
definitely got
soon?
Tampa Bay.
Too soon?
No, boo, boo.
You got Tom Terrific.
Oh, shut up, you Chiefs fan. Look at the world's smallest violin for y'all. Shut up. Shut up.
Cougar.
Yes.
You mentioned that you didn't yell at your team that much. That's
Not
bullshit.
that much.
That's bullshit.
I yelled at, but not that much.
I actually think he didn't yell at his team enough. That was the problem.
I think for the first time that I can actually agree with you, even sitting up, when you don't hear Cougar, even at the back of Hobbs, you know something has gone horribly awry to where he's just given up completely and is just resigned to shutting up. That never happens.
There was a poignant moment after the 7th inning stretch where Cougar wrote the number 10 and DS in the sand, and everybody cried a little bit. So that was sweet. We miss you, Dana.
Yeah. For Dana's shoe.
It's in his garage.
It's in my garage, Derek. I
It was
forgot.
not the board's fault.
How do you have
Not the board's
game of
fault.
the week at Hobbs
I forgot.
and you forget your scoreboard?
I'm gonna say an error on your part. I saw you out there at like 4:30 watching games when it was 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Dude, just chilling some AC. You're playing like 5 hours later. You need to rest.
Yeah.
It's a long day.
Cougar,
Long
a
day.
more important question: did you drink milk before the game?
I did not.
That's
I've
the
given up
problem
on
right
that.
there.
Still
I
haven't
found it.
taken your shot,
The
Cougar.
shot is still
Yes.
I will
sitting
take the
on
shot
the
now.
table.
Yeah, I'm about to take it seriously. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So.
Drink that
I
fireball.
will.
Ahmed?
I hate you all with
Yeah.
this.
So, obviously, I've
God
rest this
damn it.
game, and I get to witness the carnage at ground level, at eye level. It's awesome. But for those of you who watch from the stands or the live feed or whatever, there's one really like standout. I say standout play. It was an interesting play that happened really early in the game. That might have actually like scratched some heads as to why it was called the way it was. And so I just wanted to explain what it was. And what we had is we had Willis on first for the Mahomies going to second base. And we had late fees in the field, Dillon crashing in from right on a kicked ball. And Willis made it like probably 12 feet off of what would be the base line, curving in, with Dillon crashing into from right field. And we called Willis safe at second base because it was a two-part play in that, one, Dillon never made actually a defensive play on Willis to start the base path. So there was no actual base path for Willis to have stepped outside of. The second part of that is Willis was giving Dillon wide berth because he was crashing in from right field on a ball, because on a kickball you have to give deference to the defensive player. So it was a wide arc. It was probably about as wide as I would have allowed it to be. Like he could have taken like 3 more steps and got to pitcher's mound, I felt. But that was probably about as wide of an arc as I would have allowed. But you've got, a really fast guy crashing in from one direction and a really fast guy trying to go the other direction, and they're just trying to avoid each other. And Dillon didn't do anything wrong. He just didn't understand the play, like what happened, why no out was called, and I wanted to make sure that everybody else understood why that was called that way.
It's actually the perfect way to do it, because not only are you yielding to the defender in that situation, which you're supposed to do, but it's not like he was helping himself. He's just taking
Right,
himself
he's
further
getting
away
out
from
of
the base.
Yeah. So like I said, it was just an interesting play, and I didn't know that anybody actually understood why it was called the way it was. There wasn't a lot of people out there to like yell or boo or cheer or anything.
It
But
was the right call, yeah.
I
Thank you
heard
for the
that Derek
explanation.
Davis had some opinions on the amount of people there for the beginning of the game.
Thank you, Alex. And also, don't mention that again, because we want to keep that in our back pocket so we can fuck with other
Jeff,
teams.
More, what do you want? More,
Hi, I'm back.
what is it, Davis?
Let's
What do you
just
want?
say,
Is that S for Shady? Shady's back?
no, it's still hope. If you watch any of the movies, it's hope. Let's just say I come from an era where our expectations were met from the board.
I think it just cut it right there.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
just, I'm going to slam my shit down. Because guess what? I've been on the board for several years. I never got the memo that Game of the Week doesn't start at 9 o'clock. And the refs, if they don't know that shit, how the hell are they supposed to know that?
I will
if
say-
it's not a written rule, then
I will
it's
say
not a
this.
written rule. I've never heard of that. Like,
No bullshit. The board works extremely hard for the league.
Yeah. Oh my God. My fucking eyes are like about ready to pop out of my fucking head because I've been working so fucking hard. Derek, you better go sit down right now.
I got him. I got him.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't even right now.
I just want
I
you
love
to
you,
know,
Derek. I
Stacey,
love
kick
you.
his ass if you want, please.
Stacey, I need you guys to know that for the last 10 years, I've been holding this back, but I'm not on the board anymore. It's a lot harder to hold it back.
Don't
I
hold
never
it
got
back.
the
Cut it
memo
off.
about the 9:15. Like, really?
Also, Derek, we
So if
appreciate
I
you
don't
helping to
know,
keep
I'm
score.
okay with
As
the
soon
refs
as we have
not
to hear
knowing.
about your favor more than once, it's not a favor anymore.
It's a chore.
Come at me, Derek.
Here's Jeff Moore, I'm a third base.
I can confirm that Cougar does yell at the team, and he definitely did that night for sure. I was talking to Hobber about a play, and he was screaming at me to get back into the dugout as our team was kicking. But
because
he definitely does.
You were first base coach. That was Hobber, not you.
No, I was not trying to be first base. Hey, where were you standing, sir? Where were you standing? Were you standing over there by third base? Okay, me and Hobber were talking. Buddy. But there was a couple questionable plays. I thought Alex had a rough night. There was a bobble at third base that was an out. I felt that it was a bobble, but she re-secured it before he got to the base. There was a couple close calls at first base as well, as far as runners to first base. But Alex definitely had the roughest night that night, and yeah. But we squared her away. She's good on the rules now, though. But yep.
Can you do me a favor and leak one of Cougar's emails? I really want to see what this is like. We'll protect. Whistleblower is in effect. Like, we'll protect
it's about a 1,000-word essay.
Stream of consciousness. Just
send me your email.
We're ready.
Also, Haman, I'm sorry. Somehow you seem to be at the center of every repping controversy for the last 10 years. And they're all at Hobbs. All right.
He volunteers for that.
Yeah. Let's. Well, he's a good man to have in that spot.
No, totally.
Let's put a button on this, and I don't think we have any late fees here, but what a great job by late fees in division play.
Absolutely.
Awesome,
Fantastic. They kept up with Woos, went to extras, and then they just beat the ever-living shit out of Cougars team.
And like I said, they only lost JDE 8-0. So I said prior to this last week's podcast, even beforehand, be careful with late fees. Do not take this team lightly.
A threat to win the Diana
I said
plate.
that many, many times. You ask my teammates, they would agree that I said that many, many times. Don't take them lightly.
Yeah. Be kind. Rewind.
Also, a big shout out to Ethan for getting the
Yes,
broadcast.
thank you, Ethan. And to Throw Gravy and Sean and Aaron for chipping in on the
Stacy, I don't want to get
game
yelled
of the
at because you're the most hardworking person in the league, but Ethan might be the hardest working dude in the league.
Oh my God, he was
puts
sweating his
so
ass off. He
much.
bled, like literally bled for getting that thing like set up. So like, please watch, follow if you can.
Amen.
After all that, he helped me take all the shit back to the shed. Yeah.
He's working so hard.
He is.
The Mahomes late fees game is proof that the late fees first game this season versus their fifth game this season is literally just proof that every single team, all 36 teams, even the new ones, get better every game, whether they see the improvement or not, and don't sleep on anyone.
Never sleep. You can never sleep.
Late fees might be one of the most fun teams in the league. They have a good
they
time
absolutely are.
every single game.
Robin Cotton. I love watching Robin pitch.
All right. Let's pump off of this. Let's give another quick shout out to our sponsor, Hookah House at 916 and a half Massachusetts. Let's go there. Summer hours, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 to midnight. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 to 1:30 a.m. Closed on Sundays for kickball. Yeah. Again, like them on Facebook at Lawrence Hookah House for daily specials, and follow them on Instagram at Hookah House Lawrence. Must be 21 plus, but bring your own booze. All right, so before we get to the rank stuff, I got like a few quick discussion questions. I say quick in quotes. Let's start with Seth. Who is the best team right now?
Oh man, it's weird because there are kickball teams out there that I know exist, but I haven't seen them play for 5 weeks. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, I know KTC's out in the world kicking ass, but I have not seen them play kickball since 2019. We got our ass whooped by Post House, and they can all boot, they can all bunt. They're so fast. They're a cohesive unit. So just going with what I've seen, I'll say Post House.
All right, I like it. Jason?
I would agree. It's Post House. Granted, I got into rank play there, but like, look at the results they put. Like home loans, they basically put a goose egg on them. 41-0. Other games there. I mean, you mentioned before that they put a hurting on Love Guard 18-3 on what they're gonna be gone. A lot of them be gone. Free State 25-1, 22 against Bunton Grind, 20-4 Brutane Gang.
Hey, Cougar, pull your mic down just a little bit.
What's that? So this team is on a mission. They're on a mission this season after the disappointment in 2019 and losing to Redline over at the second week and losing in the tween final to Red Lakes. So yeah, they got axe to grind. They got something to prove. So right now, so far, and it's early, I say Post House. Yeah.
Axe to grind, ass to grind, same thing.
Yep.
They're just lucky that Red Lion's not in the ones.
Oh boy.
Stacy.
Yeah, I have to totally disagree because I feel like they're like hearing from other people, because I have not seen them play, but I hear they're still bunting when they're up like 30 to like nothing.
Confirmed.
And I
That's
don't
true.
feel like Muddy is doing that, and I don't feel like KTC is doing that. If KTC and Muddy wanted to like beat somebody by 40 runs, they could do it.
Well, I have it on good authority that Muddy has been trying to beat everybody by 20, and they haven't been able to. So there's something to be said for that too.
But I also feel like KTC, like they don't go out and do that.
No, KTC does not.
They do not, and so I don't think that they're the best. So I'm sticking with KTC. I think they're the best, and then Muddy is a close second, but KTC.
Sean?
From what I've seen, I'm going with Post House too. There's so many people on the team that is so good that they could put any lineup out there, and I think at this point, halfway through the season, they can beat and would beat anybody they play.
Billboard material, man. The majority of the people up here think it's Post House.
I know.
Yep.
I think it's a matchup thing. So I think at this point, for whatever reason, KTC is going to have trouble against Muddy, and I think Black Stag's going to have trouble against KTC. I'll still take Muddy. I mean, they're the defending champions. They haven't lost since then. I know it's the easy answer, but it's also the correct one. All right. Next question. Related. Will Muddy lose a game in rank play?
Yes.
People have gone undefeated in the ones, right? That's the
It
thing.
has
That's
happened.
Only Shirt Factory.
Yeah.
Only
But
Shirt
then
Factory.
did they
That's
win the
it.
championship that year also? Did they win the championship?
I think they
Not all the time, but at those times they have.
No, but since it's been like regrouped like this, where you have a 5-week gauntlet of playing, the other best teams in the league.
Yeah, they were undefeated in 2014 and 15. Yes.
Okay.
And so they won at least one of those.
Did they win both championships?
Yes,
though?
they did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, they did. Back to back.
Yeah,
Back. 2016 they lost to I think Johnny's Tavern or whatever. But they did win the championship in 2016.
Yeah, but
yes.
14. Yeah, those 2 of those years they were playing a
14 and
shit
15.
team in the finals. So I don't know if you really count those.
Oh jeez.
So it's the consensus here is they will not
They will
go
not go
undefeated.
undefeated because it hasn't been done. It hasn't been
I think
done.
no. Yeah.
No.
The safe bet is no.
No.
All right. Related question: will home loans win a game?
Oh, hold on. No.
No, I have them as the 6
No.
and 6.
No.
No.
Nope.
No. I think their
Empire's-
closest
look,
their
Empire's
closest game will
circling
be
the home
against
loans
the
right now.
Rockets.
Against the
I think that'll
Rockets.
be the most fun game of the year.
I think the Rockets will take it. I think Empire
Rockets
is their
will take it.
best chance.
Empire's the best, but Empire's like finally got something to
Yeah,
go for.
I'm with Stacy. I
Always fun.
think it's probably Empire. Rockets has too many experienced players.
Yep. I think Empire will win the Sixers, but we'll get that later.
But I mean, this week will tell us something because home loans plays Rockets. So,
Yep.
Sean, you make
Yep.
that bet may pay off for you.
Yep.
All right. So, in honor of the NBA draft, which what's that? Can Mahomes beat the home loans?
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I think the consensus would be yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hobber could beat the home loans. Look how much Aaron has tamed Derek. He's raising his hand now.
I still love you, Derek. I love you.
You may proceed, Derek.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I
I'm
have a
just
question.
really stressed
Okay.
out this week, Derek.
Derek, what do you want now?
If you go back to the tape last week, I said home loans will do very well in the Sixes, and
Yeah.
I do believe they could.
What
beat
is
the home
very
loans.
well?
Oh man, what?
Their
yeah.
their captain / catcher, legit against what the fucking team name is Love Garden. Those ones or whatever they're the Squids. Legit bunts from the Squids. That guy was catching,
Yeah, he's
running
good.
them down and
Yeah.
running people out.
But
in
of
the
all
base.
the divisions, the Six
But
is
the
probably
team
the
sport,
least
Derek,
reliant
there's
on the
other
fun
9
game.
players.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
So
just
it kinda
kicking away.
makes
I'm
the
just
catcher
saying. I
obsolete.
think.
So
I
what's
think other
really
than
good-
my buddy Louise is here, I think the home loans are going to do fairly well.
All right. Well, here, let's get a prediction, Derek. Home loans, 2.5
Derek.
wins.
Woo, that's a
Derek.
high line.
2.5 wins in the Sixes, over or under?
Under.
Can I go even?
No, there's 2.5, dumbass.
All right.
Dumbass.
That's just bad math.
Over.
Over. All right.
Going 3 wins?
All right.
And Derek, you're crazy too. Derek, you're crazy with that. And Honey Badger's crazy. And Marisa, you're stupid picks as well. You're all crazy.
Cougar has a good record when he calls people crazy.
It's true. Marisa,
Yeah.
you were
I'm
first.
sorry. Go ahead, Seth. What was your question?
Okay, so my question is, this is the season of injuries, right? This is
Oh,
the season where
definitely.
more people have been hurt than ever in KVKL. Combination of we're all out of shape and we're all getting old. So we're not playing 4th of July
Speak for
weekend.
yourself.
We're not playing 4th of July weekend. Okay, if you have a hurt player, will you ask that player to sit this game so that they then get they get 4th of July weekend off?
2
so
weeks.
So this is an NBA load management question, okay? If you're familiar with that term.
How many players are you going to be able to
Yeah,
pull
no,
those
I know.
weeks? Like
I'm
that's
just-
because I know personally that's where we're at. Like we were picking
Everybody's
up
hurt.
someone to get a 10th this week.
Also, who are you playing?
Yeah.
And who are you playing the week after?
You
the
should
fourth?
be playing somebody
I'm just,
fairly equal to you, right?
I
It's
guess,
the start
but
of
they're
ranked play.
still like fairly equal, and I mean, can we win? Can
Because
we not win?
you're thinking
You
about
know?
right. The board is going to take into consideration how you finish, right? If you finish on a 4-game losing streak, but you're 4-1, you lost week 6. That factors in a little bit. So
Well, this is actually a really good question for you, Stacy, because you asked who you're playing. You said Post House is the best team, and you're playing them this week. Then again, you're probably one of those teams that you
Mason, they're
don't.
not the best team.
You're
Not the
giving
best
away
team.
secrets.
Oh, well, you said KTC, didn't you?
He said KCC.
Okay.
Yes, he
Sorry.
did.
Never
Yes, he
mind.
did.
Oh, so you're going to bring everybody to play because you think
Secret
you can beat
time.
Post House?
Something slipped.
Oh, actually, I think, is there a bet in play here, too?
No injuries.
Maybe we'll wait on that.
Again, 888 bets off. You have a gaming pod called 888 bets off.
I think the answer is yes. Rest them week 6
Yeah.
so that they're
You have
available
to.
week 7, which is 2 weeks later.
Mookie has been hurt basically all season,
Yep.
and we made him
make
sit
his
last
ass
week
sit.
against home loans.
I mean, because you're almost getting.
No, he didn't play against
Good,
home loans.
good,
He just
Right,
drank.
yeah.
He just
Good.
drank
You get
9
that
Ruby
lead
grapefruit
in,
White
and
Claws
then the
in
2
the
weeks,
dugout.
and then the lead into
And
the
then
next game.
yeah, we're gonna make him sit again this week, and then
Yeah,
hopefully by
yeah.
middle of July he's good to go for the
Yeah.
playoffs.
I think that's a great question, and I think that's the perfect way to do it, especially if you have, if you're pretty sure you're going to win week 5 or it doesn't matter for seeding, then they basically get 3 whole weeks off.
Yes.
Like
Exactly.
Sean said, you almost get a full month.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
And then they go jump off a boat on 4th of July weekend.
And
Fuck
it's
themselves
all
up,
for
totally
naught.
different. Yeah.
Or get alcohol poisoning, something
yeah,
like
we're,
that.
We're
Yeah.
hoping Kelsey can join us again after 4th of July. She's been out for a few weeks with an injury too. So
Well, I can say on a personal note, since Red Lion plays Shirt Factory this week, I hope they all jump off a boat. All right, next one. So since we're missing the NBA draft right now, if you had the number 1 draft pick in the KVKL draft, what player are you taking?
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna answer first because I think that Stacy made a great point earlier when she said you're only as good as your ladies. So to my mind, the best lady in the league is Angela. So I'm gonna take Angela because you can just build around a player of that stature, and you're not gonna be a bad team if she's on your team.
All right, I got a follow-up question for you because I respect that opinion, and you're not wrong. But
totally not.
you're not going to get to pick again if it's a snake
Well-
until the 73rd pick, and
my
then
God.
all of the top third basemen are gone.
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah. Can't win without a good third baseman either.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't raise his hand.
Yeah. Jason?
I'm going to go with Lou of KTC. I'm going to go with Lou. Yeah.
Can I pick Angelou?
Power couple.
No.
Yeah.
No, you
Not fair.
cannot.
No.
Stacy?
Yeah. Oh, that's really tough because if you're like your third baseman is so important, and I am a mom. So yeah, I have to go with Grant. I mean.
Woo! Good pick.
Yeah.
Good pick.
That is not a wrong answer. I'll get into why that's
Next
not a wrong
notes.
answer here in a
Next
minute
notes.
too. Yeah, I got a reason why that's not the wrong answer, but it rubs into the next question. So, Sean,
After having to spot start at third this week and in times past, third base is by far the most important position on the team. Easily for me, without question, it's Lou.
Yeah.
Having watched him play for so long now, and it's that it's consistent. It's he sets the bar at third base in this league, bar none, as long as I've played. So I definitely would not be wasting a pick without even having to think that it'd be him.
yeah. Man, it's tough. 2 years ago, I probably would have picked Steve. I like your Lou pick. I also really like your Angela pick. Can't really shine a flashlight between them. I dig the strategy on both sides, so I'll just leave it at that.
But knowing that you wouldn't get another chance till 73, I would have to.
Which there's something to be said for the fact that my top 2 would probably be for somebody from KTC.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right.
If it wasn't for my own son being a third
Next
baseman.
question. Who is your midseason MVP for this year? Any team, yeah. Any team, any reason.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Sarah Statham. That girl can fucking kick. So, like, whoever's playing her, y'all better be ready. Back your ass up.
Or don't.
And-
Don't give away the secret.
Oh, okay, no. Move in, and don't be ready on the left side at all. No.
Sean?
I'm going to go with Grant.
Yeah.
I'm going on a body of work on this one. Like, not even just most improved player type thing. Like, it has been mentioned before how much he's matured, how he's taken control of the team.
Y'all don't live with him.
Yeah, like, just watching Grant play, that's got to be my MVP. How far the Harpies have come along in the last few years, and seeing how well he's progressed, not as a player, but a leader as well. Like, he's my midseason MVP right now.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Jason?
God, this is tough. This is really tough.
Just based on what you've seen.
It's not you, Marisa. No offense. It's not a really good reason there, but like the fact that I think because you're a number one, debutante, first time in the ones. I'm gonna go James Finley. The fact that you got to take Red Legs for a while and then go to a one seed there and beating the Street Fighter pretty convincingly. I gotta give credit to him to rally his team because the years past they've been talented, but it's been a but because like somehow that they'll find a way to scooch the pooch. Like they've been teams of years past.
You mean
They're talented.
screw the pooch.
Screw the pooch.
Screw
Thank
the
you.
pooch.
Screw the pooch.
No.
Thank you.
Now and forever, it's Scooch the Pooch. I like Scooch the Pooch.
Screw the
is better.
pooch. Thank you. Shut up, Moore. Shut up, Moore. Anyways. Shut up, Moore. Anyways. No, with Bentley goes on. You have all these teams are talented in the past, but they always find to basically implode. Give him credit to basically get his team going from the twain, now going to the one. So I'll say missing MVP, I'll go James Finley of Red Legs. So.
Diana Plate.
Okay, I haven't actually seen this team play,
Diana
but who's playing third base for Johnny's this year?
Shane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gizmo, formerly of Muddy Waters.
Yeah, his name's Shane. He plays in like circuit.
That's a great
He
pickup.
He played for Muddy before that, but
Yeah, I
they
think
weren't.
Muddy
So I was gonna say
They
so
weren't
we,
playing him. So.
like shortstop or
we
something
just
like
we
that.
just
yeah.
sat up here and talked about how important third base was to the entire league.
Uh-huh.
You know, all the top picks are third basemen. Johnny's lost their third baseman, and now they are in the ones. They're five.
Yeah.
You know, they're 5-0. So, you know, whoever was in charge of recruiting for Johnny's, whoever put the team together, like that.
Michael,
That,
yeah.
Michael. Yeah. Okay.
Michael and Carrie. Yeah. Well, Wag recruited me.
So none of those other
Such a
teams.
great job.
None of those other teams in the ones lost their third baseman and stayed the same or ascended, and Johnny's did. So I'll give it to that player.
So this is a really interesting series of answers, and I think it's fun that we're all kind of thinking the same way. Like we don't have an Executive of the Year trophy, but we're all kind of taking into consideration the fact that the recruiting and coaching and all that kind of stuff factors in. And so I think those are all excellent answers. I'd go with Sean. I say Grant too, just because Lady Bird had to come up from further down. And he plays the important position at third, and he's been recruiting. I guess maybe I'll just say that Stacy's jeans are the MVP.
I know, right? You haven't even met my youngest.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Also,
He
quick
does,
shout out.
literally.
If we had an Executive of the Year award, then I think it would be like a hot contest between whoever's recruiting for Johnny's, Grant, Finley, and whoever's doing the recruiting for Post House, because they picked up a lot of quality bench. That is a deep team now.
Simon, yeah.
The easy answer, if we had Executive of the Year, would probably be Kenny, just because I've seen him do things even this year that nobody else can do.
Oh yeah, Kenny's
No.
always up there.
He's like the guy that's won MVP 3 years in a row. He's
Kenny
like Michael
Flanders,
Jordan, where people just want to stop voting for him because he's
Yeah.
won it so many times. So we're going
Right.
to give it to Karl Malone, but it's really Kenny. We all
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
All right. That's all I have for discussion questions, unless anybody else has anything they want to add or subtract. Or Aaron's got one.
I do want to know more about Scooch the Pooch. But
Poshwash scooches the pooch.
we do every week. A legitimate question. As I am no longer a board members, legitimate question. In the past, there was talk about making a ref rule where teams had to, at the beginning of the year, say, these are the 4 to 5 people on my team that will ref every week, and they will have to pass the ref test, and they will have to attend the ref clinic, and they will have to be qualified to ref. This year, there's more new people than ever.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people who have been reffing the first 5 weeks have no clue. In the future, can you see a more qualified ref rule coming into play? Because explaining the same foul ball rule every goddamn week is making me nutty.
There's
or
things
just
in
people
play here.
straight not paying attention to the game.
Yeah.
But
Like
I'm
our
going to
game?
stop there so I don't get fined.
Yeah, don't get me started on our game this week.
I'll let it go.
Bickle, whether or not you are paying attention, it doesn't look like you are.
My point is,
But are you
in the long
paying
run,
attention to him or his
in
mustache?
the long run, do you think it would benefit the league to have qualified refs prove that they're qualified? The ref test was not required this year. The ref clinic was not required for teams to attend this year. COVID, blah blah blah. I get that.
Yeah, we're just getting wild. Yeah.
But in the future, do you think that the league would benefit from more strict reffing qualification rules?
Yeah, we
Definitely.
basically
Yes,
just
yes,
dumped it
yes.
because we had so many people, and because of the pandemic. And frankly, with this many new people, it's good that we get some of them experience. And frankly, I think the mob kind of takes care of it on its own for at least a little bit. Like if somebody fucks up, they're going to hear about it.
I've always encouraged shadow reffing.
No, totally.
And I would love it if more captains provided shadow reffing for their new players.
Yeah,
if you're
like-
going to do a rotating ref thing where it's week 2, it's your week to ref. It's week 3, you're reffing. You've never reffed before. It's your first week on the field. Tough shit. You're reffing. If you're not going to shadow your refs, I can't get behind that. And this year I've seen more new people reffing, and it really is a little heartbreaking to watch the games go to shit. Cougar, you gonna
What?
start shadowing more people? You raised your hand. I thought
No,
you were
no, no,
asking.
no. I'm not counting on having more people. No, it's like here's the thing about that. It's like me personally, I'd rather have teams not rotate the refs. Like, oh, this is your turn to ref.
No,
Your turn to
yeah,
ref.
no.
I'd rather keep it a super tight rotation. Like with me, it's only me and Jeff Hopper. And if one of us are like not present, there's 2 other substitutes I had there. Unfortunately, not all the teams do that, and these refs, basically, you're right, are basically incompetent, and that drives me bananas. For these teams, I know some of these teams are new. Other teams are not new. They don't have competent refs or have a tight rotation because, I don't know, like the captains don't want to do the refs all the time. Too fucking bad. Go out and ref every time
That's
there.
part
I don't trust the other teams. I just don't make other people like do the reffing if you don't think they do the douche job. Don't do it.
What I heard
Keep
from
it
that
tight
is that
rotation.
Cougar is volunteering to ref every game where we don't have competent refs.
What's that?
You're volunteering every game
Yes.
that you can.
Kids can, yes.
All right.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I mean, myself personally, like, we only have, like, maybe, like, 4 or 5 refs on our team. Like, we will not let any of our, like, first-year players ref. Like, they need to... and not every team
should.
can do that. Because
Even
some
this
teams
year,
are brand new.
it's tough too.
I mean,
Like
there's-
finding 2 people some weeks.
My solution
with
here is just to
playing
schedule the
early or
games in
late,
18 different time slots so Haman can ref every game.
Damn right. Hamid.
That tennis elbow would get really bad.
At the end of the day, it's only on the captain and co-captain to be refs. That should always
Oh,
be their
undoubtedly.
fortress.
But you know
It should
what?
never be like,
Agreed.
hey, guy, you played one
Sometimes
game,
even
played Muddy
a-
Waters versus
even
Jazz
a
House.
captain or a co-captain is not a good ref.
That's true.
Just
That
you
is
know.
true.
Maybe we need better captains and co-captains.
Rick, did you have
I mean,
thoughts
we
on
were-
this too?
Yeah, Rick. Let's.
One thing I would like to say is that the ref clinic used to be mandatory, and if we went back to that, it was a fun time too. It was a party. And if you just say, if you don't bring 2 or 3 people to the ref clinic, then we're going to boot you out of the league. You know. And if-
Unfortunately, we were
and-
not in that position this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I'll-
no,
I'll-
I know this year,
I
but it
will
hasn't
say
been
this year-
mandatory for a few
Though
years.
this year, though, having attended the ref clinic, there were a ton of new people at the ref clinic.
totally.
I would say there were more new people than there
I
were
know, right?
older of the older guard or people that have been there, and that's partially because when you've been in the league 6, 7, 8, 10 years, you don't need to attend.
Exactly.
But it's also nice to be there when you've got 8 people who are new on your team and 6 have enough want to play that they show up to the ref clinic. Like, I'll give a lot of credit that there were so many new people this year. The only thing is, I don't think for a lot of them, a lot of it sunk in.
No,
Okay, but hey, Sean, the one thing I will say about that is that I didn't go because it wasn't mandatory. Okay, because I'm super busy all the time, you know.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
if it's
yeah.
mandatory, I will make time. And I think that the new people can really benefit from people like Sean, you and me, paid professionals in other lifetimes, you know, to help them. But if I'm not told that I have to be there, well, I don't need to go there for my own education.
We
and
did
so,
not make it mandatory because we also recorded it and put it out there for everybody to watch. You can
Right.
still
Yeah.
go and watch
It
that.
was-
So if
for
you have
everybody's
people that are
point,
reffing,
it was linked today.
Go watch it.
It
Yeah,
was
but
linked
here-
today in the discussion on the KVKO page.
Yeah, I
so
think
there's a
you can
fast
still
way to get to it.
Rick, you
It's
make
right
a good
on there.
point, but to a certain extent, we're trying to increase individual accountability because we recorded the whole thing and then put it online. Anybody that refs and doesn't know how to do it, fucking shame on you.
Yeah.
Go
Learn.
watch it.
Just watch the video.
If you know you're going to ref, watch this.
Yeah.
Read the rules.
Especially
the rules
now.
Are right there.
We're in
So
ranked
if
play.
you're
Oh
reffing
my
and
God.
fucking it up, you're
I don't
not
want to lose
you're
my
not
mind
even
over
taking
a
an
fucking
appropriate
foul
amount
ball
of shit.
call in ranked play.
Watch the video. Take the test. It's not mandatory, but you can still do it.
Yeah.
Like, read the rules. They're right there. It's we provide it all for you. It's up to you to do it.
No, all we can, if we go one step further, we're just going to have to do Meredith's mind blowers and directly plug knowledge into people's brains.
I mean, we're all adults. We can't physically make you do it.
All right, let's get off of this before I do anyway.
Before we make someone angry.
All right, let's do rank pick predictions. I think you have something.
Oh, I was just gonna say to the people who are pressing skip on the podcast, you can stop pressing skip now. We're gonna.
Yeah. This is the line of demarcation where it gets fun again.
Okay.
All right,
Before
so
you do that, let me go to the divisional play prediction
Maybe
results.
there is a skip.
man.
How did y'all do? Okay, here we go. Ben,
Pull it down.
Ben, you had 23. You're the leader. Myself, 20. Stacy, you had 22. And Katie, wherever you're out there, you were last place, 19. So Sean and Seth, whatever, you got to make up for Katie's drunkenness on that piece in the podcast.
Yeah, and
I'm
for the
picking 'em
record, Cougar called Katie crazy. So, like I said, he's got a good record in calling people
I got
crazy.
very good crazy.
Also, Stacy,
I'll take
you and
up
me.
for her
I
this
think
week
this is the
because
first time I've been losing.
there is nothing I love
Damn it.
more than crushing
It's the
Cougar's
first time I've
soul.
lost. I don't like losing.
Well, you're losing right now, so.
Yeah.
No,
For
I'm
now.
losing. That's what I said. I don't like to lose.
All right, let's do it. So we've got rank 1, which is Johnny's, Tree Care, Harpies, Muddy Waters, Post House, and Red Legs. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
So I've got Muddy, Tree Care, Post House, Red Legs, Johnny's, Harpies.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck
man.
you.
And a lot of people would call that chalk, I think, just based on last year's results.
Yeah.
No.
I'll give them to you afterwards, Cougar, so you don't have to.
Who's next?
Sean?
In the ones, I have Post House, Muddy,
Mm.
Harpies, KTC, Red Legs, and then Johnny's.
Wow. Harpies making moves.
That's right. That's right.
Who's next?
Stacy?
Okay, me? Yeah. Okay,
I wonder
so
who's number 1.
I have KTC, Muddy, Harpies, yeah, Post House, Red Legs, and Johnny's.
Okay. Going to me?
Yep, all
Okay,
you, Cougar.
Going to me. All right, I got Post House, Muddy Waters, Kansas Tree Care,
I had to.
Red Legs, Stacy,
I know you'd never pick me.
Johnny's, and then Harpies.
Cougar, he'll never pick my team.
That's not true. I will pick your team.
I think
It's
we'll
John's
have to
house
go to
I
the
don't
tape.
pick.
It's
It's John's
just
house I
not
don't
happening.
pick.
Seth?
Okay, so maybe 4 or 5 years ago, Free State was in the ones. We were kind of the Harpies of 2016, 2017. I can't
it's
remember what's
terrible.
it.
That was my thought
It was
process,
17.
too.
It was a long time ago.
It was
And we
17.
lost our first 2 games in the 5s by 1 run each, and then our results got progressively worse. So I think the Harpies, and they remind me a lot of the Free State team where it was bunt. Like, our offense was bunt only. And so we would put up huge numbers against, mid-tier teams. But when you get in that top,
We're not
obviously the
bunting.
catchers and the third baseman are great. So I think your best chance to win a game is going to be early on. I will say I'm going to pick Harpies 6, Johnny's 5, Red Lakes 4, Post House, KTC, and then Muddy Waters first. But
you got the exact same ones I do.
Muddy Waters first. You're going too fast.
He had the same as I did.
Same as Ben. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I
Sure you can.
Sure you can. Yeah, of course you can.
In this, yes, you can.
I mean, I'm winning right now. Anybody that's picking the same as me is doing all right.
the threes.
Remember, Stacy came from behind and won last year, 2 years ago. So, yep,
Yeah,
he did.
Stacy, did I hear right that Grant made a $100 bet with somebody that Ladybird would beat Post House?
He fucking better not have. I'm gonna kick his ass. Like, goddamn him.
Again, if you have a gaming
He will
problem,
never move out of my house if he's making bets like that.
if you have a gaming problem, call 888 bets off. Gaming problem, call 888 bets off. Thank you.
I'd love winning. Maurice's got my money.
Oh my god.
So Seth, you didn't you say that you thought Post House is the best team to date?
Yeah. Well, I said Post House was the best team I've seen this year.
Oh, okay.
I haven't
Fair
got an
enough, fair
opportunity
enough,
to see the other two,
What
but
you've
I'm
seen.
gonna respect the champions and say that Muddy's number one. KTC, I've been a KTC, stan the entire time, but they lost the championship, so they got to earn their number one back.
Stacey, I am rooting for you guys.
I
And
am
But you're
too.
still gonna put me at 6.
If you guys finish 4 or above, I will be fucking amazed. But I'm still rooting for you.
Thanks.
All right, next up, Division 2. Seth, you get to go first on this one.
Okay. So Division 2, I've got John Denver first. I haven't seen Lauren's Shirt Factory, so I feel weird putting them at number 2, but I'm going to throw them at 2. And then Honey Badgers at 3, Love Garden, Red Lion, and D-Holes.
Okay.
Cougar? We never beat D-Holes in the rank play. I don't know what you're thinking.
We never beat D-Holes, period. So.
Fair enough. We may squeak out a win against somebody else. Yeah.
Very
So
personal.
We're
So
gonna
here's
win
the
against
thing.
D-Holes in a tie.
Here's a caveat there, ladies and gentlemen, is this. There are 3 teams in the 2s who have never beaten Shirt Factory. They are JDE, D-Holes, and Red Lion. Never beaten Shirt Factory ever. So keep that in mind. With that being said, I got Love Garden 1, and to keep respect, I'm going to take Shirt Factory 2, D-Holes 3, JDE 4, Red Lion 5, and the what should be Wolverines, but it's not, Honey Badgers 6.
Ooh, no respect for the Honey Badgers. I knew that this rank 2 one was just going to be completely fuckered. We're
You
all going to be
would,
super
Cougar.
different on this.
You're so bitter about Wolverines sucking so much that they
Go
couldn't defeat a Honey Badger.
Blue. Right, Cal? There you go, out there. Go
The
Blue.
only good thing to come from Michigan was Bo Schembechler and Tom Brady. Pipe down over there.
Stacy, what
Yeah,
you got?
yeah.
Skip me a comeback. I
Sean?
have to reach
Oh man, I was all over the place outside of 1 through 3.
Yeah.
I'm taking Flyers because it's been so long, and I think everything in this division is going to be just so up in the air.
It is so tough.
I've got Love Garden 1, John Denver 2, D-Holes 3, Honey Badgers 4, Red Lion at 5, and Shirt Factory at 6.
You're crazy if you have Shirt Factory 6. You're crazy.
I'm crazy. I know. Like, I anguished over this one was the hardest, and I've changed it 3 times.
I know,
You
right?
can look at this.
I'm
Everything
still
else is
rewriting.
set.
I'm still
I've changed the second division 3 times, and I'm talking myself into Shirt Factory, dropping to 6, just based only on the one game I saw.
Right,
They looked
that's fair.
older and
That's
slower
true.
than they've ever
You're
looked
right.
before.
You're right. They look older and slower. You're right.
Their results have gotten a little bit better as the seasons progressed. Like weeks 4 and weeks 5, they looked better than they did 1 through 3.
It was Sacred Story and Empire Kicks Back. But you're right. They look better.
And really, that loss against the 1 seed is not as glaring as beating Drop Stoppers by 1.
Yeah,
That's the one.
That
That's
was
the
the
big
game
one.
that
That's
I
true.
saw, and
Very
it was
true. That's the
so
one spot.
mind-blowing.
And so this is partly why I thought we were going to be wildly divergent on this one, because the question is Shirt Factory really dropped off that much, or have the other teams gotten that much better?
Or are they
A
cruising?
little of both. I
Yeah,
think a
could
little
be.
of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
remember, they did pick someone.
why play for the first half of the
Remember,
season when
guys,
you're in
remember,
a
Shirt
Shirt
Factory did pick
Factory
someone
position?
old fogey from the past, now on the team, Alex Fox. He is now in Shirt Factory.
Really? I didn't know
Yes,
that.
he is. Alex Fox, formerly of the Money Wars franchise, is now on Shirt Factory. Yes. Should be interesting.
They could use a little help. And Fox is a good ad.
What's that?
I said they could use a little help, and Fox is a good ad.
Sure.
But I think this is going to be. I think it's really interesting that there are 3 teams here that haven't beat Shirt Factory, and this year might be their best chance to do
It might
it.
be the best chance,
Because if
exactly.
they reload next year, then
Sure.
this game is over.
I say if they don't beat them this year, they'll probably never beat them.
Yep.
Honestly, yeah.
All right, so Alex came up here last week and threw the gauntlet down against Honey Badgers because they had the best result against a top-tier team, which was what? You lost by 8? Is that right?
Yeah.
To who?
Yeah, we lost by 8, kept KTC to 11.
Right. And then Honey Badgers promptly lost by 11 or something
16-5,
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to. I mean, just based on the results to date this season, I have to give it to D-Holes with the 1.
Yep.
Honey Badgers with the 2.
Wow.
Love
like
Garden
that.
3.
Wow.
Shirt Factory 4. JDE 5. And Red Lion 6.
All right.
Do you
I'm
think
ready
Red Lion
now.
beats JDE?
Go ahead, Stacy.
I think we win a game here. I'm not sure who it's going to be against. I know it's not going to be against Shirt Factory because we could just never beat Shirt Factory. But I feel like we could beat any of the other 4 teams. So I feel like we're going to squeak out one here.
Yeah, I
But
had you at 1 win,
for
and it's
Red-
either
yeah.
Honey Badgers or John Denver.
Yeah,
Like,
and
those are my
probably
2 I
John
got.
Denver. Honey Badgers is a little quick for us old fuckers now. I'm not sure. But even if Red Lion finishes in somewhere between 11th and 14th, we'll be in prime position to play the spoilers, and then we'll avoid whoever the number 1 seed is until the semifinals. Or actually, we avoid the top 2 teams
By the
until
way,
the
post house,
semifinals.
I'm like, they want stay away, post house. They want to stay away.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you mine. Just let me say before I say this, like, I want D-Holes and the Lion to be like the top 2 teams. That's who I want to be, but like this.
Well,
is
you want
my-
Lion to be really good because it'll make you look that much better.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, we'll still kill it. Like, it's okay.
Yeah. What you got?
Yeah. Okay, so I have D-Holes 1, Honey Badgers 2, JDE 3, Shirt Factory 4. I think I just went like right down the line.
I think you did, yeah.
I did, and Love Garden 5 and Lion 6. Although,
Yeah.
like, come on, Lion.
You had pretty much the same as me. You just flipped JDE and Shirt Factory.
Yeah.
Or no, wait. That's not right.
No, I
You
had
put
like
3 of
they're
them.
like
Yeah, I'm
mine
sorry.
was like 1
Shirt
through.
Factory, no, Love Garden, JD, they flipped.
Right,
I just
there you
went
go.
1,
Yeah.
1 through 6, and I didn't do that. Like, it just like that worked out.
Yeah.
What?
What's
Yeah,
What
give it to us.
Mine.
Give it to us, Amin.
Let's hear the
Alex,
inside
I
I
track.
want to hear your prediction
Alex.
here.
Make me right.
Is this another D-Holes undefeated in the 2 season?
Oh God, I wish. Yeah, we hate fuck those 2s that year.
Yeah.
No, I think that this is probably Love Garden 1. Us 2, Shirt Factory 3, Honey Badgers 4, Love Garden 5, JDE 6. I don't know that JDE
Red Lion
has
5, JDE 6?
Yeah, Red Lion.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah. I don't know that JDE has enough offensive firepower to keep up with some of the other teams. They're very good defensively. They're very solid defensively, as long as they don't make any errors. But offensively, they have historically not done great putting up a lot of runs. So,
Alex's favorite team, JD.
God, Love Garden got punked by the only good team they played, though. I don't know.
Yeah. I
That's,
still gave him the 1.
yeah, that's,
Fuck it.
When
that's
does
fair.
Starry play?
What?
When does Starry play? Stephen Airy.
Oh, Stereo.
I want to watch that game.
I can't tell you that. I don't. Nobody knows
Those
that.
are secrets, man.
Not
I really,
this.
no,
Something tells me if you were still on the board, you would know when they play.
No,
I will
no,
tell you,
no.
They
you
don't play
would
this
not.
week by request because a
Would
lot of
not.
these people are going away to a party and they're going to have to fraternize with each other, and we didn't want them arguing the entire time.
Nobody knows that.
So, all right, let's. Do we get
There's
everybody?
no secret information.
Plus Alex. All right. Hey Cougar, put Alex down there
You
for
can
Division
come over
2
and
too.
help me later.
If Alex beats all of us in Division 2, then I'm going to buy him something. So put down his picks as well. Yeah. All right, Division 3. Stacy, you get to go first on Division 3
shit.
since you went last on the last one.
Ready? Go ahead.
Okay. Actually, I have Free State number 1.
Woo, that's a good call.
I don't even know what I'm doing. Like literally, I looked.
Nobody
at this right
does
before the
here.
game. Okay, Triple X2. I know. Like I don't know. Drop Stoppers 3. because I love me some Taylor with that beard. Like, come on, Taylor.
I also have it on good authority that Drop Stoppers is getting a more regular team the last half of the season.
They better,
with some
goddammit.
good players.
Jazz House, I'm picking you at 4, like, so you better pull through. And then Woost, although I want you to be higher, but, you know, I love you. And Corksuckers, I love you, but 6. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go next. I had Drop Stoppers 1 because I thought they had maybe the best showing in any single game of any team in this division.
Yep.
Triple X 2 because they've been really consistently good. They've won the games they were supposed to win. They've lost the games they were supposed to lose. They never get blown out. I think so. Pending the results of Thomas's MRI, I've got them as 2. Jazz House is 3 because they have the young talent. And if they put it together, kind of like they did the previous year, I think they're going to get better as the season goes on. Free State 4, kind of like Triple X, just a little less so far. Corksuckers 5 and Woost 6 because I'm really not sure Woost has played anybody good other than the teams that they got pounced by.
Who goes next? John?
Yeah, you go, Jason.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know why I'm doing this again because I had faith in them and they let me down. I'm at Jazz House 1. I don't know why. You damn kids, you better do something.
Because they're our hosts.
That's right.
Thank you, Jazz House.
At
Thank you.
9 and a half mass.
Come grab that 250 almost anything, including Cougar's Unmentionables.
So you kids are Jazz House. Don't disappoint me. Or be grounded. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Cougar. You're going down.
Yeah, that happens. Free State 2. The Tic-Tac-Toes, XXOX or whatever, 3. Drop Stoppers 4. Corksuckers 5. I got Woost at 6 because I'm with you there, but I'm a little worried about Woost because
Well, they were good, but
They're
it's that.
okay.
And late fees are better. Woost is better, and that was a really close game. I'm just not sure. Where the line is there.
Yeah.
It seems like they might have both jumped up a bit, but not enough.
Yeah. I
Sean?
love me some Moose, but
I don't. Yeah.
I've got Jazz House at 1. I think that if they can finally just settle down and get their shit together, they're a really good team. They had a great last season, but it's going to take a lot of getting to get there.
I will say that Ghost game was
A
close
lot of getting.
until.
Yeah,
But
like it's
a
going
lot
to
of
take
getting
a lot
in
of
1
getting
week.
to get there.
when they
I'd say
needed it, they put up 5
days.
runs like nothing.
I've got Free State at 2. They've just been playing really good this year, looking good all around. That with the matchups throughout the whole division, I think that they lose maybe 1 game to the 1. 3, I've got as a big question mark. I've got Triple X. Like you said, I really think it really does depend on how Thomas is coming into or how long he won't be able to play.
Probably their weakest.
I think that's going to play a big part of it. 4, I've got it moving down to the Drop Stoppers. And then 5 and 6 was kind of a pick 'em. We got to play the Woos this year. They looked good, but everybody looked good against us at one point or another. I thought that
Somehow my
was...
team won. I don't know what happened.
Cougar, stuff it, buddy. Your team has propped you up all year with your emails and your down speaking. 1 and 4 is much better than your leading on because you could have been 2 and 3 easily. So I don't want to hear any of your complaining.
I'm not complaining.
Woost, I thought, is going to have a very hard time in this because I think we played them better than we played the Mahomies. And it's a toss-up. I had to take them over Corksuckers because I think they win that head-to-head.
That's fair. It's not complaining. It's Cougar planing. It's totally different.
Oh, yeah. It's on a completely
It's when you
different
complain, but you have a good
celestial
point.
plane.
Seth?
Yeah, so I just want to make a larger point about KVKL. It seems like the pandemic. This is where the separation happened between the 2s and the 3s.
The 2s and the 3s
Because I was
are
looking at
so
the 3s.
far apart.
I was looking at the 3s from 2019, and it's like Rats, Red Lion, Chalmers, Posh, Reboot, Cork. That's a really solid division. And then you kind of, I don't know, you look at what it is this year, and it's a lot of older veteran teams who won the games that they were supposed to win, but
They
probably
grinded.
not in the most impressive fashion. So the threes were. If you had told me preseason that we were going to be in the threes with the team that we have this year, I would have said, "Oh shit, we're going to get smoked." But looking at how it actually fell out, I'm going to go ahead and pick Free State to win.
Well, yeah, you always do. Always pick your team.
It's a burgeoning middle class.
Unless you're in the
yeah,
West, you can't.
it is. And then Jazz House 2. I haven't seen them this year, but just from what I saw in 2019, they have the best athletes in that division by far.
I think
Not the same team.
Not the same team. Okay. Drop Stoppers 3, Triple X 4, Woost 5, and then Corksuckers 6.
All right, is that everyone?
That's everyone.
All right, let's move on. Division 4.
Oh, God.
Cougar, why don't you go first on this one?
I had such a hard time with this. So this is like, I have like no basis, but the 4s and 5s are like the hardest and the worst. So
Hey, Cougar,
I have no idea.
Cougar,
so,
will you dance down?
So
after
number,
you?
what's that? So anyways, I don't know. Sacred Sword 1. Asteroid Head, Bite Last by Kombucha 2. The team that tolerates Derek Davis 3, that's So Jerks.
That's better than you put us before.
That's true. Button Grind 4. And this is where it gets really tough. You got two teams that were in the 6s last year and now are in the 4s. So, unfortunately, those two are going to be a struggle. Again, Late Feast 5, R-Bar 6. I know this is tough. This is tough. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. And I saw you guys play Young Spine. I thought it'd be impressive. I still pick you as 6, so no. I love you too.
All right, I'm going to go next. So, all right. I have Asteroid Head at 1.
Okay.
Because that team can, they can represent when they need to represent, and I think they will do that.
You sure about that? This is Asteroid Head. There's 2 up and down.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know.
And then I have Sacred Sword. So, we only, our 1 and 2 is split.
I know, but
so, come on, give me a, no.
Asteroid Head's kind of like,
No. Okay. My number 3, R-Bar. I'm sorry. I played them. Oh, my God. Yeah. You all better watch out. I'm not even kidding. They can bring it. And then, sorry, Derek. Button Grind. I know. They have been, delivering.
Are you going to put me on the bottom?
No, you're number 5. And then Late Feast.
actually, you know what? Because you asked for it, you should put it on the bottom.
I should have put you on the bottom,
You should've.
Derek.
All right, Sean?
This one is, I think this is going to be one of the second most fun ranked
So fun.
play. I won't get into which one will be most fun. We'll get to that later. I've got Asteroid Head at 1. I think that they're the one.
Asteroid Head? Yeah.
I think the 1 and 2 are in this division so far separated from the 5 and 6 that it's going to be interesting and fun. That there might also be some lopsided victories. At 2, I've got Button Grind. 3, I have Sacred Sword. I've got Derek at 4 with the Soda Jerks. I mean, it's not the bottom, but, they're there. At number 5, I have R-Bar. And at 6, I've got Late Fees because we beat them. So, sorry, guys.
No matter what happens, our bar brings a great podcast game.
Yes. Presence is key.
Seth, your turn?
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I have. You're not gonna like this.
You're not going to like this, Derek. Just
I
wait.
like this. Uh-oh.
I have Button Grind at number 1.
Really?
Yeah, man. We played Button Grind. It was
I know, but still, wow.
It was on Memorial Day weekend. Blah blah blah. Everyone's missing people, but we only beat them by 2, and they probably had 2 times as many base runners as we had. And I got to give a shout out. I don't know their pitcher's name, but she is
I forgot.
Olivia.
Olivia.
She's like a bulldog on the mound, man. Like she could be a pitcher for.
I
She could
think
be a pitcher for a top 5 team for sure.
Last week, Aaron said she's amazed that she's still playing for Button Grind.
Seriously, she's the real deal. So just based on that alone, Button Grind at number 1, Asteroid Head at number 2, Sacred Sword at number 3, R-Bar at 4, Liberty Hall late fees at 5, and the Mass Street Soda Jerks at 6.
Oh
My God.
It's because there's soda, right? Your beer, there's soda.
Yeah. Well, we'll make a rattler with you guys. I don't know.
I am personally attacked right now. I'm so triggered.
Hold on. So, what's your best win of the year, Derek?
This year? Or
You beat
like,
the Ghosts by 2 runs, and you beat Louise's by 1 run. Like,
I mean, you almost lost the Button Grind. What are we comparing here?
well, we're in the 3s.
Button Grind and killing it.
I will say this
They
before.
shut out home loans. They shut out, and they never shut out anybody. Never.
I will say this before Ben gets to his picks. I think historically, since I've been captain, I think Jerks have beat Asteroid Head 3-0.
Yeah, I have a hard time ranking Asteroid Head too high here just because of the I give a fuck factor.
The inconsistency.
Or rather, the I don't
That's
give a
why
fuck
they're
factor.
not won my book.
All right, so I'm just going to say this quick. If we don't try to fast forward a little bit, my phone's going to run out of batteries. So we're going to have to try to plow through the rest of these so we can get to the games.
I say let's pull the floor mic. Let's pull that off. That'll speed this up.
No, let's go. I've got Sacred Sword 1, Soda Jerks 2, Button Grind 3, R-Bar 4, Asteroid Head 5, Late Fees 6. Great job, Late Fees. I think you might just be a little bit out of your element.
You just
here.
got rewarded with a 1-9 season.
Right.
Congratulations. But your one win was at Hobbs Park, so hey, take it.
R-Bar, I'll say this. If we get a game of the week, I want a wing eating contest. A wing eating contest.
Oh, I thought you said weed eating, and I was totally for it.
Eating contest.
I was ready, Derek.
Maybe
You
both.
lost me.
Free State would throw down.
Only if those wings are from the best wings in Lawrence, R-Bar.
Is that everybody for the 4s?
Yeah.
All right. On the 5s, I've got Ghosts 1. I think they're a little underseeded here. Kicking Assets 2. Ghost beat Kicking Assets last matchup. That's why I did that. 23rd Street 3. Brutang 4. Poshwash 5. Show me something, Poshwash. What the fuck? Young Spine 6. And sorry, Young Spine, I kind of feel like you just grabbed that 6 because you got to play the Reading Rockets who didn't give a shit in that game.
Yeah.
Sean?
I'm cutting in. I'm sorry.
I told you to pull the floor mic.
This is literally the lowest my team has ever been ranked, ever.
That's the problem.
And this is even before when I played for Red Lion, because I used to be on that team.
Nope.
My team has never been this low, and my husband has never been ranked above me before today, ever.
All right.
Who's next?
I'll go. All right.
All right, Seth.
So in the 5s, let's see. I've got Kicking Assets 1, 23rd Street Brewery 2, Ghosts 3, Poshwash 4, Brutang 5, and Young Spine 6.
Okay. Stacy?
All right, so I have 23rd Street 1, Kicking Assets 2, Poshwash 3, Ghosts 4, Brutang 5, and Young Spine 6.
Okay, I will go next. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is a really tough one as I pick one, so I have no base on anything. This may go badly. I don't know. 1, Poshwash. 2.
Cougar, you're crazy. You're crazy. You're
I'm
drunk.
crazy.
That fireball shot put you over the top.
Of course I'm crazy.
Honest to God, your lack of awareness of your surroundings right there was unbelievable. Because there was something going on in the crowd that you would have been rewarded for picking somebody in a fake fucking kickball league. But anyway, go on.
That's me. I'm always crazy. You know me. 2, I'm going 23rd Street Brewery. 3, I'm going Kicking Assets. 4 is Ghosts. And even though I sound reference to R-Bar basically took them to woodshed, a Young Spine. Young Spine 5, I'm not sure it's a good idea, Brutang 6.
Yeah, that's
Art
bad.
Bar, by the way, you really put the woodshed to Young Spine. My goodness.
All right. Who else
I
do
don't
we
know,
got here?
Kelly. I don't know.
I already gave mine.
Yeah, so I'm last, and I'm going to go with Poshwash 1. We are going to lose one game. I don't know which game it is. It could possibly...
It better not be Young Spine. It better not be Young Spine.
It doesn't matter, Cougar. I think we're going to lose one game, and we're going to run out the rest. So put it in the books. Put it what the fuck ever. This is a wake-up call to my team.
Yeah.
We're all in. It's time to turn it around.
Yep.
This is the lowest we've ever, like Aaron said, the lowest we've ever. I have never been ranked below a 3.
Yeah.
I'm taking this shit personally.
You should.
So if I have to go out,
You
if
should.
I have to channel Lady Hawman and go 1,000 every goddamn game, I'm going to do it because the 5s better wake up and know that we're coming to kick their ass.
Marisa.
right.
Enough is enough, and it's time for a change, Derek. We'll beat you too tomorrow.
Sean, if the next words out of your mouth aren't 5 more teams, I'm cutting you off completely.
2 is 23rd Street Brewery. 3, I've got Kicking Assets. Oh, yeah. 4, I've got The Ghosts. 5, Brewtang. And 6, Young Spine.
All right. We're all in agreement. Young Spine sucks.
Yeah.
We love you, though, Yacy.
We love you.
Thank you for sponsoring the
Aaron.
Kickballs for All Clinic.
Aaron Ashley Morgan.
Kickball for
I
All,
feel bad.
July 10th.
We're doing
Saturday.
Division 6 really quick. Otherwise, we're not going to get to the Week
Sure.
6 games, all right? So everybody, I just want to hear your 1 through 6. Don't even say the numbers. Louise's, Mahomes,
Oh, but I gotta write
Hookah
this down.
House.
Hold on, dude, I gotta write this down, dude. Louise's, go ahead.
Louise's, Mahomes,
Thank you.
Hookah House, Reading Rockets, Empire, Home Loans.
Go, Sean.
Mahomes.
Hold on.
Louise's.
Hold on. God, dude. Hold on. Louise's, Mahomes, and what? Louise's.
No, keep going. Nothing makes
Louise's.
Nothing is better than making Cougar
Rockets.
flustered.
Empire. Hookah House. Oh, sorry, Home Loans.
Home Loans. Okay.
I can't forget that 48-3.
Okay, mine are Mahomes, Luis's, Rockets, Hookah House, Empire, Home Loans.
Seth.
The Rockets own the 6s. So
It's
Rockets, Mahomes, Louise's, Empire, Hookah, Home Loans. Rockets
Okay.
have turned 5-5 into a lifestyle. They go 0-5 and then they go 5-0.
It's true. So I guess I'm in the 6s again. Shocking. I'm going to go with Rockets again and go in the 1s because they swept the 6s last time, and they're good. Rockets are good. Mahomes 2, Hookah House 3, Louise's 4, Empire 5, and you kids from Home Loans, you're 6.
All right. Yeah, Rockets' biggest challenge is going to be not winning that first play-in game so that they can win the play.
Oh, God.
All right, moving on. Week 6.
Hey!
Schedule up. All right, we're going to have to do this quick. My estimate is we have about 5 minutes left in the battery.
Oh,
All right?
Whoa.
YSC 1, 5 o'clock. Sacred Sword at Soda Jerks. I'm taking Sword. Sean?
Soda.
Stacy?
Oh, shit. Hold on. Who do I have?
It's right
I have to
here.
go back.
It's right here.
No, I know that. Like, hold on. Oh, Sword.
Sword.
Lots of Sword. 1 jerk. YSC 1 is 7. Mahomes at Louise's. Mahomes.
Mahomes.
I guess us.
Mahomes.
Unanimous. YSC 2 at 5 o'clock. Post House at Harpies. This is Harpies March to the 6 and the number 1s.
Yeah.
Post House by 10 plus.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I'm going to match that. Post House 11+.
Ooh.
No, Harpies all the way. Yeah.
Post House 15 plus.
Ooh,
No,
wow.
not even close.
Cougar, you're crazy!
Post House, Harpies, you got to jump on them early.
Yep.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
We will.
YSC 2 7 o'clock. Button Grind at R Bar. This
It's
is
a
our
pick'em
first.
game.
This is our first pick'em. And I've ridden Button Grind on good picks so far this year, uncharacteristically. I'm taking R Bar in this one though.
You hate. That's because you hate.
I'm going to go with Button Grind.
Skip me right now. Hold on. Who are they playing?
You're
R Bar.
burning our battery just looking at things.
Would I attack there? I think I have the BNG. Yeah, BNG. Yep, Button Grind.
Yeah, I think R-Bar's expending too much energy early in the week. Button Grind's going to get him.
Especially on Tuesdays.
Fuck you guys. I'm picking up a game on everybody here. All right. Actually, Cougar, do you have the standings in front of you? We can do that real quick.
I do have that, yes. So, Ben, you went 1-2 last week, so you're 7-8 overall. I went 2-1 last week, so I'm 7-8 overall. The MCs, that'd be whatever that's 8-7, and secondary guests that 1-2, just like the MCs, they're 7-8. So,
wow.
The MCs are by themselves at lead 8-7. Yep,
We're all within a game.
We're all winning the game.
All right.
We're all winning the game. Yep.
YSC 3, 5 o'clock. Johnny's at Muddy Waters. Seth, you go first.
Muddy Waters.
Muddy Waters. Big.
Yeah, Muddy.
Yep.
Muddy by 15.
I give Johnny's a puncher's chance here, but y'all
They
take
have
Muddy
no
too.
Wagner, too. So,
well, that's
Net
addition by
game.
subtraction.
I mean, it could go either way at that point.
YSC 3 at 7 o'clock. Ghosts at Young Spine. Anybody want Young Spine?
No.
No.
All right.
I don't know the last time Ghost scored 20, but they might score 20 this week.
Yeah. Okay. Go Ghosts.
Administration.
Go.
YSC 4 at 5 o'clock. Asteroid Head at Late Fees. Asteroid Head?
Asteroid Head.
Asteroid Head.
Ooh, late fees riding high. I don't know.
Yeah, if Asteroid Head don't give a fuck,
Yeah,
then
no,
seriously,
Asteroid
Late
Head,
Fees
no.
might have a chance in
They'll
this
be
one.
there. They'll be there.
All right, YSC 4 at 7 o'clock. Empire at Hookah House. Our sponsor, real quick, proudly serving Lawrence since 2006. 50 flavors available. They have the Kickball special. Mention Kickball, you get a complimentary Rosewater lemonade with your order of hookah. Visit them at 716.5 Massachusetts Street. Highly recommend.
Honest to God, I would love to watch this game. This
Yeah.
game would be
Probably
so
gonna be a
much
good
fun.
one.
It's going to be 28 to 30. Like,
Probably so,
All right,
yeah.
anybody want to take a flyer on Empire? Or are we on hookah
Yeah,
side?
hell yeah.
I
I'll
am
take
going to take the flyer on Empire.
Yeah, I'll
All right.
take Empire.
You got two.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
No, I'm going hookah.
All right, I think the rest of us are hookahs. 5 o'clock, YSC 5. KTC at Red Legs. Woo. It's going to be a good one.
That's a major prove-it game for Red
It
Legs.
is. I hate to do it quick, but I'm going to say KTC here.
KTC.
KTC.
If Red Legs can come out and actually win this game, then they're going to announce themselves as a serious championship contender. But I think KTC has it.
Stacy?
KTC.
This is going to be a really interesting matchup game because Red Legs is now in the mix for what does the matchup tell us?
Yeah.
YSC 5, 7 o'clock, 23rd Street at Poshwash. I'm going to go with 23rd Street here. I think they're due for a win.
Poshwash 13-11.
Stacy?
23rd. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
have
sorry.
Poshwash winning division, so obviously I got to go Poshwash, right? So, yeah.
23rd Street with the tying run stranded on second base in the bottom of the ninth.
Ouch. Ow.
YSC 6, 5 o'clock,
Ow.
Honey Badgers at D-Holes. I picked D-Holes because I picked them to beat everybody.
D-holes.
D-holes.
Honey Badgers.
Ooh, I like that pick.
D-holes.
I do
Really?
like that
I think
pick.
Honey Badgers is a strong upset pick here.
Really?
Honey
YSC
Badgers, making D-holes look old.
Yep. YSC 6, 7 o'clock. Kicking Assets at Brutang. I think Kicking Assets has the talent to beat them.
Yeah, I got kicking assets too.
I do too. Kicking assets.
Yep, kicking assets.
Stacy?
I think I have kicking. Hold on. Which one are we on? Kicking assets.
Oh,
yes,
it's
yes.
unanimous.
Yep,
YSC
yep.
7, 5 o'clock. Red Lion at Lawrence Shirt Factory. Never happened. Anybody want to take Red Lion here?
This is the year.
No.
If there's ever a time, this is the year.
No,
Thank
it's
you,
not.
Shirt Factory.
It's not going to happen. No.
All right.
Shirt Factory.
Oh, yeah.
Shirt Factory is a shoe-in. YSC 7 at 7 o'clock. Woost at Jazz House.
That's a pick'em game.
Yep, this
Jazz.
is number 2 for the pick'em. I'm taking Jazz House.
I have
926 and a half Massachusetts, our glorious hosts.
This is how upside down the threes are. That everybody picked Jazz House to probably be in the top half, and the Woost to probably finish last.
bottom
And it's
half,
an ups, and it's a pick'em game. And
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
we really don't know. So,
That's weird. Well, I have it on discreet information that Jazz House might be losing one of their best players for the rest of the season. So
Okay,
take
so
that
I'm gonna
as
pick
you will.
Woost.
Tell
I'm
me
gonna
more.
Go with Woost. I'm gonna go with Woost.
All right, Stacy taking the Woost. Cougar, who you got?
No, John.
YSC 8, 5 o'clock.
Wait, what'd you say, Sean?
I got Jazz House.
Yeah, Jazz House. We're all Jazz House except for
Except for
Stacy.
Stacy, yeah.
YSC 8, 5 o'clock. Drop Stoppers at Corksuckers. I think Drop Stoppers makes a statement here, and they win by 10 plus.
Drop.
10 plus, wow.
Yeah.
I'm a 10 plus. I think drop stoppers, yeah.
Drop.
Yeah, if Drop Stoppers does anything except kick the ball to third base, they're going to win this game. If they kick it to third,
Don't
it's
kick
going to
it
stay
third
close.
base.
That's
Or
a very
Clint,
good point,
or
actually.
Like, you know,
Yep.
there's some like really good Corksucker players.
There are,
YSC
yeah.
8 at 7 o'clock. Home Loans at Rockets. Some say Home Loans' best chance to win a game. I say Rockets is better than they've been advertising. Rockets win this one.
Rockets.
Home loans have scored 5 runs total this year. They're going to exceed that in this game, but lose.
I like that's
Really?
a good. Yeah.
Really?
I agree with
Rockets.
Seth. I agree with Seth. I think Rockets still win.
Yeah.
I think they put up like 10, but not. It's still not
10
close.
is a fucking lot.
Yeah, I think they
After
did,
Home
but
Loans
it
shut
won't
out the
even
first
be
3
close
games?
still.
All right, 7
Really?
o'clock. Hobbs. Porn spatulas at Seth's Free State.
Tic-tac-toes.
I just because of the way I picked the standings, I'm going to take the porn spatulas here. Sean?
I'm going to take Free State.
I have Free State because I have them number 1.
I have Free State because I have them number 1. Yes.
Seth playing in the game.
And they're a team that has historically beat us, but I think we got them this time.
All right, I like it.
Always pick you.
Always.
All right, last game of the week, and our final pick 'em and pick the spread. It is Love Garden at JDE. Yeah. And so I guess how you figured the twos are going to play out depends how you're going to pick this game. It's a weird one. I think these teams are oddly matched.
They are oddly matched.
I'm going to take JDE by 2.
Wow.
I think they got the defense to shut down Love Garden.
I have them 1 and 2 in this division, but I have Love Garden by 5.
Ooh.
Is
I
Jake
have-
Jake Friedman going to be in town? Is he playing this week?
I do not know.
Okay.
I hope so.
I hope so too. I would drive back for game of the week.
Yeah.
I'm going to go JDE by 5.
Wow. Lots of
I have-
divergent opinions here.
I have JDE by 3.
JD by 3.
I don't know. We played JD, so I have
I
a
will-
very strongly differing opinion of what's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Recency bias.
Yeah.
Cougar?
Love Garden by 1.
All right.
Wow.
There are a couple games this week that are really going to tell us a lot about what's happening in the 1s and 2s, and this is definitely one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Cougar, you got us queued up?
I got queued up.
All
Ben,
right,
what
Seth, you got any shout-outs?
What percent is your phone at?
What's that?
How much time do we have?
I
1%?
had to guess it'd be like 2%.
All right. Let it fly, Cougar. No, that's all we got.
No shout-outs. Stacy, shout-out?
I'm good.
Sean?
I would just like to say that tonight I would like to dedicate this appearance to Larry Keating. Katie Keating, one of our very good friends of the podcast, one of the good friends of the league, recently lost her father, and she is back home getting ready to celebrate his life. So I think it's only appropriate that we dedicate this appearance, at least on my behalf tonight, to her father, Larry.
All right. Hey,
Love you, Katie.
I'll second that. I'll shout out Jazz House for hosting, and thanks again, Hookah House, for sponsoring us. Everybody go check them out. Cougar, take us out, buddy.
You got it.
Come on.
Another Varsity Blues clip? Really?
No, this is for our audience, all the beautiful people.
I don't want Cougar's life.
I don't want your life. Too small, Billy Bob. Not sure about that one.
Too slow, Billy.
There you go.
Is that even playing? You can hear it?
Cougar has that first
What happened to the fucking Rat-a-tat song? I missed that song. It was so.
Yeah, now we want to avoid the tradition, not playing that every.
That was the thing that got me.
It was. But I guess Ben wants to go away from tradition and play it. Just like the first one is the Kurt Angle WWE song.
It's going to be a fun one.
Because the way how bad my team plays, and you suck. I play.
They lost. Hey, look. They lost to JDE last year. You guys beat JDE this year. Pretty much the same teams with the addition of you guys. I think you guys got a chance here.